Oh, there we go. So now we're going to be getting started in about 5 minutes or so, really about 6 minutes. So I am Zarinah and I am the founder of Book Power and the Self-Publishing Academy, which is our power author group to help you get your book done. So I want you all to share this out. So we have about 6 minutes before we get started. So I want you to share this out on your social media. There may be some other people that want to be a part of what we're building here. And I want you to have as many accountability partners as you can. So first of all, if you're here and you all are ready to go, type into the chat box like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's see. All right, good. So type that into the chat box and we're going to be getting started in about 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. We're going to be getting started. So let's see. Type welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you who are just joining us, welcome. I want you all to do me a favor because Facebook was tripping on me earlier, you guys. They would not approve one of my videos. I was like, why not? Facebook, you know? So I need you all to go to your social media and share this out. Tell them that you're going to a masterclass on publishing today and you're going to be starting your book and you want them to join you. Anybody else that you know that needs to be here in the room, share it out with them. So how do you share it? You just put, I'm going to put it in the chat, www.writeyourexpertbook.com. Okay. And then let anybody who you know should be here with us, let them come on in and register for themselves. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, we're going to be getting started in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Let me make sure I have everything muted because it always never fails. Like, 15 people want to call you when you're doing something, right? Like 15 people want to call you when you're doing something. They don't ever want to call you any other time. But when you're busy, everybody's trying to blow up your phone. So I'm going to put that on vibrate. And I want you all also to put anything aside, put it on vibrate and put it here now. So let's see. I want to know if you guys are ready to go. We got 3 more minutes. If you're ready, you're pumped, you're excited about being here this evening, you're excited about what you're going to be learning here today, I want you to type into the chat box like, I'm in. Right? I'm in. And then we're going to be getting started in about 3 minutes or so. 3 minutes. All right, 3 minutes. So everybody who's just joining us in, come on in. I am Zarinah. I am your illustrious instructor for this evening. I'm the founder of Book Power and the Power Author Academy, and I am here to help you all get your book done. So I am, as you can tell, like I'm super excited about what we're building here today. I know that each and every one of you all who took the time out to be here, you are supposed to be here for a reason. And I believe that you have something that is dynamic that you are going to be bringing out into the world. So it's my job to help you do that. I am like your servant, if you will, right? Like my job is to help you and to assist you and to really get whatever you need to get done to get you to your next level. So I'm like I'm your assistant, right? I'm your intern. I'm your intern, but I'm like a skilled intern. I'm your coach at the same time. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hello. Welcome. Come on in. We're going to be getting started in just a few minutes. So I see you guys typing in, and I'm asking you, those of you who are ready, type in like, yes, I'm here. I'm ready to go. I know it's like nighttime where I am. I'm in Michigan. So it's almost 8:00 p.m. here. Some of you guys have had a really long day. Some of you all, your day was fantastic. It was great. Whatever it is, I want you to put everything else aside. And right now, you're going to be in our space. Okay. You're going to be in my space that we have created for you to be able to get what you need to get done. That's my job. All right. Hey, Cassandra. Hey, Judith. Hey, Alicia. What's up, girl? Aisha. Carolyn, Miss Phillips. I think that's Miss Phillips. I don't know. It's a lot of Carolyns. Miss Val, hey. Samia, hey. Or Samaya, hey. Manaza, hey, hey, hey. Welcome, everybody. All right, I'm so excited that you guys are here. Now, I asked you guys, hey, Saeed, I asked you guys to do me a favor because you know Facebook is always tripping with their algorithms. And because I'm old, I don't really use Instagram or TikTok or any of those things. So I'm kind of dependent on Facebook right now. I'm going to get off of that in a little bit, or I'm going to expand, I should say, in a little bit. But what I need for you all to do is to help me bring more people into our movement, okay? So what I want you all to do is to take just a quick moment and share this on your social media, okay? So put writeyourexpertbook.com. Tell them, hey, I'm getting ready to write my book. Any of you guys interested in writing a book, I want you to join me. I want you to have as much support as you can as you go through this journey. All right. I believe that you are an angel for someone else, and I need for you to be supported. So I want you to invite your people to join with you in this process. So you can do that by just posting up on your page, writeyourexpertbook.com. Join me in this masterclass tonight. That's absolutely free. It's like a no-brainer, right? It's absolutely free for them. So why wouldn't they join? Hey, Sherelle. I hope I'm saying it right. Welcome, Cassandra. Welcome. All right. Hey, I love it. So I am Zarinah. For those of you who are new to me, I am Zarinah. And today is all about you. It's all about you. So my job is to serve you to my utmost ability. My job is to hold nothing back, to be able to give you what I know so that you can then take that and implement that into your life, right? Into your life. So if that sounds good for you, then say, amen, I'm in. I already see a lot of amens coming in and amens. Peace and blessings. What's up, Sakina? Okay. I'm excited, you guys. I'm always excited, but this, I'm super excited because I literally put together an entirely new presentation just for you all. An entirely new presentation. I've been working on this like for weeks, just pulling things together and thinking about what's going to be the best way to serve you. So I really hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you get all your questions answered. Any questions that you all have, I hope you get those answered, and that your investment of time here today is going to be well worth it for you. Hey, Shelly. All right, so I'm going to share my slides out and make sure that you guys can see that. So turn on share screen. I love when technology works. I love it. So you should be able to see this on the screen. If you guys can see it and you're ready to go, let me know, like, hey, Z, is good to go. I'm in. All right. So welcome, everyone. My name is Zarinah El-Amin. I am the founder of Book Power Publishing and the Power Author Academy. And today you are here for how to write your book, right? That's what you all want to know. How to write your expert book. And for us, an expert book is a book that builds your legacy, it builds your business, and it also helps to build humanity. All right. It helps to build humanity. Hey, Ali, what's up, brother? Hey, Kamisha. Uh-oh, my people are on here. Hey, Yolanda. All right. So that's the purpose of today. So as you all are typing in, I want you to tell me also where you are joining us from. So type in the city, the country, where you are actually joining us from. Now, let me tell you why we do this. I believe in the unseen, right? I believe that there are forces that are around us that we cannot see. How many of you agree with me with that, right? Even if you don't believe in angels and all of that, you believe in Wi-Fi, you believe in Bluetooth, right? So you believe in the unseen just like I believe, okay? So what I like to do while you're typing out where you're joining us from is I want you to imagine that we are connecting to one another on an energetic wavelength, right? So when you see me, I'm in Detroit, Michigan. Let's see. So we got Detroit, Michigan. I want you to imagine. Now, Manasseh also is in Detroit, Michigan, but she's not in my house. You're not here, right? So she's in another house. So I'm going to imagine that there is a line from me to her. We are now connected energetically, right? Our spirits are now working on the same wavelength. Cassandra in New York. Okay, I'm going there. Colorado. Hey, Judith in Colorado. I'm going there. Is that Cali? Sakina, Cali? I'm going there, right? North Dakota, hey, I'm going there. So I want you to imagine that you are literally connected. Detroit, I'm back to Detroit. New Jersey, hey, right? So Mobile, Alabama, St. Louis, South Carolina, hey. I want you to literally imagine now, you all, that all of these cities that you see and that are going to be added later, that you are literally connected to that soul in that area. And we are building a network of positivity. We are building a cocoon of support for you and around you. So you are no longer alone. I know you may be sitting at your computer by yourself or on your phone by yourself, but you are now no longer alone. You are a part of our Planet Shaker network. All right? That sound good? It's better to be with some great people than to be alone. You agree with me on that? I think you all would agree with me on that. Hey, everybody that's coming on in. All right. So this is what we want to tap into, the unseen, and we're building our cocoon around each other. So today I could have really called it how to use anthropology to build your book. There were a million different things that I could have called this. But what I want to focus on is helping you to get your expertise out there into the world. And I'm going to tell you why, I'm going to tell you how, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do today. All right. So first off, don't be distracted. Those of you who are trying to do 15 different things, put it away right now. Put your social media away right now. I need for you to be 100% present. Okay? I need for you to be 100% present. Why? Because if you're trying to do 15 different things, you're not going to get what you need to get out of today. Can you agree with me on that? Like if you're trying to do 15 different things, you're not doing any of them to the utmost ability. It's impossible. Now, I'm a mother, so I'm always multitasking. And I will still tell you that when I put my focus, 100% of my focus on something, that thing is going to grow that much faster. I'm going to be able to provide that much more excellence, that much quicker. All right. So put aside any distractions. And right now, be a little bit selfish for you. This is your time. You're investing your time to get what you need. So get it, right? Tell everybody else, hey, I'll be out there after my masterclass. Right now, I'm doing what I need to get in order for me to move forward to my next level. All right. Okay. Now, if you all saw the webinar registration page that you signed up, I promised you that all of you who came live to the webinar, I was going to share something with you about how to leverage your book into your first $10,000. How to leverage your book into your first $10,000. How many people are excited about that? You're super excited about leveraging what you know, what you have, your expertise, and then putting that into some money, right? Your pocket. Because even those of us who are philanthropy minded, we all have to fuel our movements. Scholarships don't get money just by osmosis. You got to fuel that stuff, right? So we have to be able to use what we have at our disposal in order to fuel that. And so I'm going to teach you how to take your book and leverage it into your first 10,000. You can always scale up from there, right? But if you get that first 10,000, then you're good to go. You can definitely scale up. Woohoo! Yeah, let's make it happen, baby. I love it. Now, I love all of the energy in the chat. As you can tell, I don't like to just talk to myself. So I need you all to kind of be here with me, right? Like I can't see you here in my space. So interact with me in the chat, type in, if you get something out of what I'm saying, like let me know so that we can know that we're on the same wavelength, right? Like, as I said, we are on the same wavelength. Okay, you guys ready to go? All right, let's go. So today is all about books. Now, let me tell you, there are like really over 300,000 books, both new editions and re-releases, that are published kind of like every single year in the United States. This is in the United States alone. 300,000 books. Every single one of these books came from someone's mind, just like you, right? Every single book was written by an author who had an idea and then invested their time and their resources into getting that idea out there into the world. Each of these books helped someone else. Each of these books entertained or educated or motivated or inspired someone else. All right. And I'm going to tell you today, I'm going to teach you why books are one of the most powerful tools that we have as human beings in order to do this education, motivation, inspiration. All right. But what I want for you to see right now is that if all of these other people who are just like you, just like me, just like the O's of us who are here on this webinar today, all of these other people were able to do it, not just because they had the idea, but because they took action. You agree with me on that? Like, it's not enough just to have an idea, right? You just can't say, oh, I'm thinking about that. Thinking about it doesn't make it a reality. You have to actually put in some work to get it done, right? And that's exactly what I'm going to share with you today. How you can do this efficiently and smartly, all right? Efficiently and smartly. So here's the thing. I know that many of you have been thinking about writing the book. Probably people have told you that you should write a book, but you may kind of feel like this dude on the screen here, like confused. You may have abandoned the thought of writing a book because it's like, oh my God, it's so overwhelming. I just don't really know exactly how to do this, right? And so many people end up just leaving the dream, just leaving it and never actually getting it done because they don't learn the framework that you're going to learn today. What you're doing right now is going to put you years ahead of those folks who just say, I'm thinking about writing a book, and they stay in that space forever. All right. So you're learning some practical, tangible things that you can implement in order to actually move you from just, I'm confused, I don't really know, into actually getting it done. All right. Okay. So are you guys interested in learning exactly how it all came about for me? So I know some of you all know me. Some of you all are brand new to me, so you don't really know a lot about me. So I'm going to share with you just a little bit about my story and how I came to understand that books were one of the most powerful tools that we have in humankind, point blank, period. So let me take you back. It's 2008. I'm in Western Michigan University. I just finished my master's in anthropology. Okay. Now, if any of you all are familiar with academia, you know that in order for me to graduate, I had to do what? I had to write. I had to write a lot of papers. And at the end, I had to write a thesis. So my thesis was based on a study that I had been doing for, I think, like maybe over a year. I had invested my time into this study. And my study in particular was around my community. Okay. So I was looking at single Muslims, and I wanted to study why it was difficult for many single Muslims to get married. That was my topic of my research. Now, because I was doing my research, a lot of people asked me, about what came about. Like, what did you know? What did you know? Now, for those of you who are familiar with thesis, right, you know that typically what happens when you finish your thesis, where does it go? You get a copy and you keep your copy on your bookshelf or something. And then the other one ends up collecting dust in the university library. That's just it. That's just what happens. So I'm there. People knew I was doing my study. And so I would tell them like, oh, yeah. After they asked me, I would be like, yeah, I have my thesis. You can read my thesis. And they were like, okay. Like nobody was excited about reading my thesis. I'm like, I put like years, I put my blood, my sweat, and my tears into this thesis. And when I would be telling them about it after they asked me for the results, nobody was interested in actually reading my thesis because a thesis was not sexy enough, right? That didn't excite them. So I'm like, okay, dang, Z, Like, what am I going to do? I cannot keep responding to all of these emails individually. Like, my fingers are going to fall off. This ain't going to work. This is for the birds. So I was trying to figure out like how I could get my message out there on a bigger stage, right, to more people without me having to do it all one by one individually, because that was not what was up. It wasn't happening anymore. Okay. So I decided that I was going to take my thesis and I was going to turn it into a book, because for some reason people were more excited about the book than they were about my thesis. Thesis wasn't really hooking them in. So I was like, okay, what do I do? Only people I knew that were authors were like my professors, and they had all been published by an academic press. So I said, okay, let me look at the academic presses, see if I can submit this or whatever. So some people were talking about I had to have an agent. I was like, no, dude, I already did this. I did this with my committee. I'm done. I'm done with that. I don't need any more gatekeepers. I'm done. And then other folks were talking about, okay, I could submit, but it was going to take like maybe 2 years in order for this book to come out. And I was like, that's not going to work either. You want me to email one by one, like for 2 years and then be like, here's the book? Like, I was like, no, like that's not going to work for me. I'm done with this project. I'm done. I want to get it out. Like, I need another way. Enter self-publishing. So I learned from doing that research that, okay, self-publishing, I could put my book out the way I wanted to on my own time, and I would own 100% of the royalties. I would own the complete message. There were no gatekeepers necessary or any of that. I could get it out like on my own schedule when I wanted to. But the problem was, I didn't know anything about self-publishing. Like, none of my professors had done that. I knew nothing about self-publishing. So what did I do? Like every smart person, I hit up Google and I hit up YouTube. I literally was like consuming every video, every website about how to self-publish, how to get your book out there, how to make it an Amazon bestseller. I purchased like book after book after book after book after book on self-publishing. I literally like learned everything, right, that I could about self-publishing. Now, I didn't know about investing in courses back then. I didn't know about getting a coach or a mentor or anything back then. The only thing I knew was that if I wanted to learn something, I should just try to get it all by myself. Now, that's good, and that's also bad. It's good because I was exposed to a lot of different information, but it's bad because some of that information was conflicting. And then I ended up like spinning my wheels and being stuck a lot just trying to get it all done. But in the end, I published my very first book, which was this, Jihad of the Soul, right? So all I'm going to be sharing with you today kind of leads back to this book right here. It was Jihad of the Soul, Singlehood and the Search for Love in Muslim America. My thesis became a book, and people actually wanted to read it, right? They actually wanted to read it. It was just magical what happened when I actually published that book. I wasted a lot of time. Yes, I wasted a lot of money, on the publishing process because I didn't know what I was doing, but in the end, I was able to publish this book, and I was so excited, and people around me were also just so excited about what I was able to put out for my community, right? For my community. So now that led me down the path to becoming a paid speaker, which is what I am right now. Okay. So that book, Jihad of the Soul, people started seeing it. I took it to a conference. I literally sold out at that conference. From that conference, my name started to be like a real name. I wasn't just like a nobody anymore. Nobody's a nobody. I am somebody, nobody's a nobody. But I went from being like a total unknown into someone that people were asking to come and speak, right? Asking to do seminars and webinars, not webinars at that time, seminars and workshops and things. So they were asking me to do this. And some of it was free in the beginning, but then I started making some money. People were paying me. They were like, oh, we'll pay you $100 to come and speak. I was like, get it, $100. Hey, I get to come and speak about this thing and I get paid $100. That was like some big money back then. So I was really excited about just the organic beautiful movement that was happening in my life because of this publishing, right? So I started getting interviewed, and that led to more and more exposure. Now, from that book, I started doing other publications. So this is my calendar. It's called Beautifully Wrapped. So Beautifully Wrapped is a calendar that I produced, and that publication there literally built an entire movement. Like, I have thousands of people on our email list. We have thousands of people every year that reach out to us, all because of these publications that I began to do. All right. Now, this led me to, everything is just like so on and popping. I'm telling you my story so you can see how your own story can fit into this. Are you seeing it? So that book led me to doing calendars, led me to doing speaking and workshops and such. And then one day, I remember I was in Kalamazoo. Yes, it's a real city. You know, for those of you who don't know Michigan, I was in Kalamazoo and I got this email. Hello, Zarinah. We would like to invite you to come and present at the Sharjah International Book Fair. And I was like, where is Sharjah? Sharjah is outside of Dubai. I was like, get out, right? So I got invited to speak at the Sharjah International Book Fair, which was right outside of Dubai, all expense paid. They flew me there. They met me at the airport, like escorted me through customs. I was like the queen, like, hey. I literally had everything paid for, my food, and I got paid on top of that free experience. So when I got that, you guys, I was like, oh no, there is no turning back. Like, this life, I like. I like getting paid to go places. I like getting paid to travel. I like getting paid to talk. I like getting paid to share what I know. Like, this is the bomb. Like, there is no turning back from here, right? And this literally changed my life. It was like, I realized that I could go from just being like a regular old grad student into a force. And I didn't have to be Oprah in order to do it. So here's me now. So I'm Zarinah, right? This is probably super small. You can't really read it all, but you can Google my name. If you don't really know me, you can Google me and just find, most of this information anyway online. But as I mentioned, I'm an international speaker. So I've been invited to Dubai, Bermuda. I've spoken in Senegal, Sierra Leone. I've been a lot of places been around the world, and right? So I've been around the world, published and doing some different things there. So I published books on my own, but we've also published about 30 books for our clients right now as well, which is important to you, right? If I'm talking about publishing, you want to know that I know what I'm talking about, not just like talking out the side of my neck, right? So my stuff has been able to help me build a nonprofit. So I have a nonprofit called the Enliven Your Soul Foundation for Global Advancement. We do scholarships in Sierra Leone, and we're building up so that within 3 years, we can build our first school. So I'm super excited about that. We've been doing that program for about 14, 15 years now. My oldest son is 13. So like 15 years, we've been running that scholarship program. So I'm very excited that my work allows me to do those types of things. So I've been featured on NPR, Fox, Channel 4, all of those types of things. And then most recently, you guys, this is not a good picture, but I put it anyway because, it's the bomb. I'm so proud of it. But recently, I gave my first TED Talk. Woo! So I got invited to do a TED Talk. And everybody is asking me, like, how did you do your TED Talk? I literally got invited to do it. I didn't have to apply. I didn't have to like fill out all these different things. Like, my publications, they led the way for me. So I'm really happy and pleased and excited about that. I'm very blessed to be able to like share what I know. So I'm a mom of 3, and these are my little loved ones, right? These are my loved ones. So I want to kind of give you just my backstory so you know who I am and how I'm approaching what it is that you're going to be learning here today. Okay? But I have a confession. This is my confession. I told you all that I'm an anthropologist, right? Before I was an anthropologist, my undergrad was in computer science. So I kind of have both sides. I have the STEM and the technology, and I have the art. I have both sides kind of going at the same time. But I will confess, I am not really like a literary buff. I don't care about Moby Dick. I can care less about really all of those old classics and stuff. I don't care about all of those things. What I care about and why I love books and why I invest my time into producing books is because books literally open up the world for you. Okay? They open up the world for you. So I don't know yet what your goals are. I don't know yet what, you want to do. I don't know what your dreams and your vision is. But what I do know is that a book, it literally paves a foundation for you to be able to achieve that thing that much quicker. That much quicker. How many of you want to do it faster than slower, right? You want to do it faster, right? I mean, it only makes faster with quality, right? That only makes sense. So a book is one of the best ways to be able to do that. So my goal, you guys, is to help 5,000 people produce some planet-shaking books. This is my ultimate goal. I may even exceed 5,000 one day. I don't know, right? But my goal is to be able to help 5,000 of you to produce some major planet-shaking books, okay? And I'm well on my way. You may say, didn't she say she got 30? Like 35,000? That's a long way. But I'm telling you, we are growing quickly, and 30 becomes 300. 300 becomes 3,000. 3,000 becomes 5,000, right? And so you have got to start with your movement as well. You start, you build, and you keep on going, right? You keep on going. All right, so let me see who you are. Let's see who's here today. So I like to work with people who have something in their mind and they want to get it out, right? They want to get it out. So I work with service providers, coaches, entrepreneurs, business owners, nonprofit leaders, educators, community members, elders, people who have some knowledge that they want to pass on. I really enjoy working with people who have like a triple bottom line. What I mean by that is that you're not only about like the financial gains that you can get, but you also care about humanity and you also care about legacy, right? Humanity and legacy. So this book can help you build your business, your movement. It can also help you leave a legacy and then also help humanity. And I'm big on that humanity part. If you only care about how much you're going to put in your pocket and you're not big on humanity, you're not going to jive. You're not going to like me. We're probably not going to get along that well. So I work with people who have a triple bottom line. So let me check in real quick. And see who's here. So who are you? What are you? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a business owner? Are you a nonprofit leader? Are you an educator, a service provider, like a community leader? Like, who are you? I want to know who's in the room. I may tweak and kind of tame some of, or I should say target some of what I'm doing, like directly to who's here today. So type in there, you guys, who is in the room. So we know, yes, Mary, triple bottom line. Okay, Alicia, entrepreneur, inventor, and founder. All right. I wonder, do you mean founder of a corporation or founder of a nonprofit organization? Entrepreneur, service provider. Okay, we got community activist. Right now, mainly a warrior for the voiceless. Oh, I love that. A warrior for the voiceless. I love that. All right, so keep typing in like who you guys are so I know more about you. And also, you all, we need 100% participation. So that means I don't want you just there sitting listening to my voice. Like participate. The more you participate, get that blood flowing, the more you're going to get out of it as well. All right, corporation founder, educator and consultant, awesome. Mission-based entrepreneur, Christian minister and corporate trainer, awesome. Great. Entrepreneur, coach, and triple bottom line person. I love that. Hey, Dr. Strong. All right, awesome, you guys. So, you guys ready to keep going? We got a lot to cover, and a lot to cover. A mom and a wife, awesome. A mom and a wife. That means you know a lot. All right. So, what I'm going to be teaching you all today, comes from our Book Power self-publishing system. This is the system that I devised to be able to help my clients and also myself be able to produce quality books and get them out there into the world quickly. Okay, so these are the steps. First, we deal with our mindset. Then we lay the foundation. We write, edit, publish, launch. Bam. That's it. That's the overview of this framework that I'm going to be teaching you. Now, today, we're going to be focusing on laying the foundation and also a little bit of writing, okay? That's what we're going to be focusing on today, for today. All right. So what I promised to teach you is secret number one. I promised to teach you what Michelle Obama, Russell Brunson, anybody know who he is, but Tony Robbins, Lisa Nichols, and other big names know that you should also know, okay? I'm going to be teaching you that today. I'm also going to teach you how to narrow down your many options. If you guys have a lot of different book topics that you've been thinking about, I'm going to teach you how to narrow those down so that you can write the right book, all right? Sound good? And the third thing I'm going to teach you is how to write your book in 3 hours. So when you get that idea, how can you map the whole book out in just 3 hours? Not 3 months, not 3 years, not 30 years, but 3 hours, okay? And then for those of you who stay to the end, as I mentioned earlier, I'm also going to show you how to leverage that book into your first 10,000. Sound good? All right. So we got substitute teacher, event organizer, model, voiceover talent, actress, singer, MC, writer. Okay, Manazza, educator and activist, Ali, Cassandra, business owner, nonprofit leader, a coach, Sherelle, social entrepreneur, women and girls advocate, Sterling, coach and educational projects. Okay, Kamisha, entrepreneur, social equity advocate, and playwright. Val, yes. Jewelry, soul3avenue.com, boutique owner. All right, good. So you guys with me on what I'm going to teach you all today? You guys with me on that? So these are the 3 things that you should know by the end of this webinar today. All right, these 3 things. Now, you guys ready to go? Because we're going to be going in. We're going to go fast. I know some of you like, oh, she talked too fast. My dad always tells me I talk too fast. I try to slow down, but it just doesn't really work for me all the time. So I will send the replay tomorrow or sometime so you can catch anything that I missed. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, we're about to dive on in. So here we go. Secret number 1, what Michelle Obama, Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, Lisa Nichols, what these big name folks know that you should also know. Let's go. Okay, now, here's what people want you to think. Here's what society tries to put into your mind. They try to tell you that the book is dead. How many of you have heard this? You keep hearing people don't read anymore. Nobody reads anymore. It's all video, only video, YouTube. That's it. Nobody reads. Like they try to put this message out there. They've been saying this for a while, like since around 2008 or so. That's when they started putting this message out that books are dead, Nothing could actually be further from the truth. Now, go back in time when when humans first started learning how to write, right? We were on those clay tablets. You had to have that man and he would hammer out, this was like some work that you had to do. You wanted to create a book back then, you had to put some work in, right? So he was on these clay tablets, taking notes, making things happen that they could be passed along, right? So from that time into the digital time, right? Books have always been used to transmit knowledge, to transmit ideas, okay? And books are far from dead. How have they survived? It doesn't matter the format. If the format changes, it's still a book. Now, how many of you all heard of the company Amazon? I'm pretty sure you probably have Prime. So you know the company Amazon, right? You and I, everybody knows it. It's one of the largest corporations. Now, if you know anything about Amazon, Amazon is like the largest bookstore. People typically go there and they purchase a lot of books. Ironically, Jeff Bezos, he put a lot of the bookstores, the physical bookstores, out of business. Why? Because everybody was going to Amazon.com and they were buying all their books. Guess what, though? What does Jeff Bezos know that the rest of the people are hiding from us? What does he know? He knows something because now Amazon is doing what? They're moving from just online and they're actually popping up physical bookstores. So do you think that this billion-dollar company would just be throwing money at physical bookstores just to do it? Or do they have some type of return that's going to be coming on in their pocket, right? They don't just do stuff just to do it. They have to answer to their shareholders, right? So what do they know? This should be a signal to you that publishing is booming, that books are not dead. They never will be dead. Yes, we may have Kindles, we may have ebooks and all of that stuff, but books are here to stay. Now, why is that? Why is that? I told you all I'm an anthropologist, right? And I told you I was going to tell you why Michelle Obama, all these big names invest their time into putting out books. It's because of this thing right here, culture. Culture. How many of you heard culture before? If I polled all of you, there would be like 1,000,001 different definitions of what culture means. But this is one of my favorite definitions. So I'm going to read it to you. Culture is a way of a life of a group of people. It is the behaviors, the beliefs, the values, and the symbols that those people accept generally without thinking about them. Okay? And those things are passed along by communication and imitation from one generation to the next. What does that mean? It means that culture is passing from generation to generation, from person to person. We are absorbing ways of thinking, our beliefs, values, all of that stuff, generally without thinking about it, and it's done by communication and imitation. Okay, let's go a little bit further. Stay with me, you guys. I know I can get a little heavy sometimes, but stay with me. Okay, so if we see that culture has the ability to change the way that people think, it can control the way that they act, and it moves from generation to generation, people often adopt it without even thinking about it. What does that mean? It means that he who controls knowledge controls the culture. If I can control the way that people learn, I control the culture. And if I control culture, I can control the world. He who controls culture controls the world. So your book, my friend, is a tool that allows you to indoctrinate other people into the way that you think. So your book is working for you. It allows other people to see how you think, how you believe, how you want the world to be, right? Like, what's your philosophy? All right. What is your philosophy? So the written word is powerful. The written word is powerful. That's why I call this group the Power Author Academy. It's just not the bestseller academy. I can care less if you're just bestsellers. I'm going to help you get to be a bestseller, but I don't really care about that alone. I care about what impact you are making on society. And this is why we call it the Power Author Academy. You guys with me? All right. So quick little search I did in Google just on the power of the written word, just to see, what was going to come up. And what does that say? Over 1,080,000,000 results popped up for that power of the written word. It was TED Talk after TED Talk after TED Talk, article after article after article, all on the power of the written word. So your book has the ability to benefit your business and your movement, right? Now, I told you all these big names. Russell Brunson. Any of you guys know him? So he is an internet entrepreneur. I just came back from his conference. I loved the conference. It was great. It was really, really great for me. I love being in the space of people who are, moving and shaking. So he built up his company from the ground up to 100 million in just like 3 years, all on the basis of his books. So he has these 2 books, .com Secret, Expert Secrets. These are the foundation of his entire company. Now, this is an internet guy. He could have did some videos. He has videos and stuff, but the foundation of his $0 to $100 million growth was through his books. All right. How many of you all know her? Lisa Nichols. Anybody know Lisa Nichols? She always got that. Yes, 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 yes. So Lisa Nichols, I love her. She tells her stories like over and over. I feel like I know every single story. I can like almost finish the words that are about to come out of her mouth. So anyway, Lisa Nichols, she has her books that she puts out, right? And the books do what? They indoctrinate people into her belief system. They indoctrinate people to understand who Lisa Nichols is, how she is going out into the world. So when she wants to sell something later, people already are warmed up to her. And it's much easier to sell to a warm prospect than a cold prospect, right? It's much easier for you to sell to somebody that knows and loves you, appreciates you, and respects you than to sell to somebody who doesn't care about you, doesn't know you at all, right? Right? All right. So those are just some examples really quick of business folks, right? Now let's look at legacy. Okay, let's look at legacy. How many of you all know her? Michelle Obama. So you know Michelle Obama, right? You guys know her. Everybody knows her in the world. I don't think there's anybody, maybe in the Amazon or something, where they don't know Michelle Obama. Now, why would Michelle Obama, who could do anything, why would she invest the time and resources into writing her book? Why? Like, what would she stand to get out of writing that book? She has everything. She don't need anything, right? It's because of legacy, right? It's because of legacy. When you write your book, you're leaving something for the future generations, whether that be your immediate family or the future society. You're leaving something for people that are going to be able to adopt and learn and understand and benefit from long after you are gone, right? You are telling them how you lived. You're sharing your story, your experiences, so that they can then understand that. So her whole book was about becoming, right? Becoming who you are. Okay. And whatever your book is going to be about is your thing that you're sharing with the world, but it's going to help you establish your legacy. All right, let's go to authority. How many of you all know this guy, Tony Robbins? I can't talk like him, but you know, he got that raspy voice, that raspy voice. So Tony Robbins, like that dude is like on steroids, right? He is a huge authority in the mental space. And for those of you who say, well, I don't have a degree to do what I want to talk about, Tony Robbins don't have all those fancy degrees, but they trust him and people go with him because of his authority. And a lot of that authority is based on his books, right? A lot of his authority came from his books, and his books then led to his talks, right? So are you seeing how different books are used by these big name folks for business purposes, for legacy purposes, and for building up authority? All right. Now let's look at this one. Even God, right? When God wants to indoctrinate you into a system, into a belief system, bam, puts it into a book. So books have power, right? Books have power. And in fact, they are one of the most powerful tools that humankind ever invented. Okay. So I want you to think of your book as one of our favorite little animals. It's a little insect that flies around and is kind of doing a lot for the world. I want you to think of your book as your like worker bee. Okay. Your book is like your worker bee. A worker bee in a hive. I'm going to be getting into bees soon because I love honey. I want my own bees. So I've been studying this just a little bit. But the worker bees, right, they're the ones, they can't reproduce. They are all females. They can't reproduce. But the worker bees are the ones that go out and they bring back the nectar. They bring back the water. They bring back what the hive needs in order to thrive and survive. Okay. So I want you to think of your book as a worker bee for you. I want you to think of it going out there and bringing you back respect. I want you to think of it going out there and bringing you back clients, bringing you back supporters, bringing you back media attention, bringing you back all authority, right? I want you to think of your worker book as that thing that's going to be attracting those things that you need for your own movement growth, okay? For your own movement growth. Your book has the power to do that, okay? Your book has the power to do that. Now, how many of you all like kind of see how the power of books comes in, okay? You can kind of see it for yourself a little bit. So let me give you an example. This is one of my clients. His name is Muhammad Kamruzaman. This was, I think I screenshot this like some years ago, but he was a grandfather, a retired grandfather, you know, just kind of looking around the world like many of our elders do. And he was like, something ain't right with this society. Something is not right with this society. What can I do? You know, I've lived some time. I think he's like 75 or something. He's like, I've had some time on this earth. I've seen some things. I've known some things. How can I help? Right? How can I help? So he had all these little notes that he would have sometimes when inspiration hit him. He would just write things down. And so he thought about writing a book, but didn't have any clue as to how to do it. He came to us. We applied the same system that I'm going to be showing you, right? The same thing I'm going to be teaching you. We applied that to his book, and he was able to produce his own book. It's called Muslim in Transit, and it's about his life. But it's more about how people can create a societal love of peace and justice. That's more about what his story is trying to lead you to. Now, he went from just being a grandfather that's at home, He has his own circle of friends and such, but not a known person, into having his own Facebook, page with, what is it now? Let me see, 957 people like his page. Now, some of you all may say, that's not a lot. I see pages with like 1 million followers or thousands of followers. Why are you bringing out this guy that only has 957 people? First of all, this are 957 real people, not likes that he bought on Facebook, because a lot of those big pages like buy likes. These are 957 real people. And if you're familiar with the phrase, your first 1,000 fans, like 1,000 true fans, that's really all you need to have a thriving $1 million business, like 1,000 true fans. So he's on his way to his 1,000 true fans, where each individual read his book, clicked, liked, right? They enjoyed something that he's saying. So can you imagine the power that comes with that? The humbleness really that comes with being in the position of being able to share what you know with real people. Right? Real people. Now, he would not be making any impact if he had just kind of stayed in his home, saw everything that was happening, but just decided to stay quiet. Right? He put some effort forth, and now he is able to see the fruits of his work going out there. So I want you to be able to use your message for good. I want you to be able to contribute to the positive evolution of your family, your community, and the world. All right? Does that sound good for you guys? Okay, so I want you to type in, this is all action. We are always team action, right? We take action around this piece. So I want you to type in, what do you do? What do you want? Like, how do you want your book to be a worker bee? What do you want it to bring back for you? Are you looking for more authority? Are you looking for more clients? Are you looking for more respect? Are you looking to be the go-to person in your industry? Are you looking for more media? Like, what do you want for yourself? How do you want your book to be the worker bee going out there? And what do you want it to bring back for you? Go ahead and type that into the chat box so that I can get a feel for like what you all are looking for. What are your goals with this project? I'm going to take a sip of tea. Legacy. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I'm scrolling down. Okay, good. Okay. So your book has the ability to bring all of these things back to you. But if it's stuck in your head, it's not going to do anything, right? It can't work for you if it's just contained within you. That's one of the prerequisites. It has to get out of your head, and it has to get down and out there into the world. So our job is to help you be able to bring that book out and into the world. So let me see what people are saying. Leave a legacy for my children. Leave a legacy and change some lives. I want to be the go-to person in my industry, and legacy for future generations. I want to bring youth together on the right path. Yes, I love it. I love it. There was a study done that was talking about the vampire books and such, that have been coming out. And there were some studies talking about how like those vampire books were altering teen minds. Remember, I said that books and stuff have the power to change the way people think, change the way that people act. So you can use your powers for good, or you can use your powers for bad. I'm sure everyone here wants to use their powers for good, right? But that study, when I read it, talking about the fact that these vampire books were kind of altering books for teen, they were altering teen minds in a negative way. I was like, wow, this is why it's so important for us to put out other things that are educational or entertaining, I should say, but also are going to move our youth in the right direction. So I'm glad to see you say that. Assisting women heal from trauma. Yes. Legacy, media, paid opportunities, and elevating mind states. Awesome. Changing lives. Okay, great. I love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Keep typing them in, because I'm going to keep reading them, and we're definitely going to go back over all of these at the end of today as well, to learn from the wisdom of older people. Yes. All right, great. I can't wait for these books to come out. I can't wait. Like, can you see? Look at the chat, you guys. Like, just see how every single one of you all has an idea that can literally change some lives and change our society. This is why I do what I do. This is why I'm so passionate about bringing you and teaching you what I know, so that you can get it out there into the world. I don't want to see you here next year on this same webinar thinking about, how can I do it? No, time for that is over. It's time to move into action. All right. So Now we're coming to secret number 2. All right. So secret number 2 is how to write the right book. And every time I see that, I laugh because English is so funny. You know, write. Like whoever made these things up on how to spell it, right? WRITE, and then right, RIGHT. It's just, this is why it's such a weird language to learn. So anyway, I'm going to be sharing with you all how to write the right book. Now, let me ask you a question. Does quality matter? Does quality matter? How many of you all have had a friend that says, hey, I wrote a book. And then when you get it and you look at it, you're like, oh, okay. You know, like you buy it to support them, but you know, like that book is crap. Like nobody's ever going to read that thing. It looks like crap. It's like not, you know, well put together, and you are happy for them, but you're like, no, like that's just not really all that great. So how many of you think that quality definitely matters, right? It definitely does. What we're doing here is I'm teaching you an easy framework that you're going to be able to follow. It's coming up like right now. I'm going to teach you an easy framework. But what I want you to know is that I'm not talking about just slapping some stuff together and saying that it's a book. We don't do that crap. We are not about that life. We are about creating quality productions, okay? And so, yes, we are talking about doing it quickly and efficiently, but also we never sacrifice quality, never, all right? So how many of you have a lot, or let me say this, how many of you have more than one thing that you could possibly write about? I'm like, raise your hand. I can't see you if you raise your hand, so you have to type it to the chat box. How many of you have more than one thing that you could write about? Okay. Some of you know exactly what you want your book to be about. Some of you have a lot of different things and you're not quite sure. So you may have too many ideas, right? Like you have a lot of different things that you could possibly write about. I'm going to share with you really quickly how we narrow that down and be able to pick the right topic for you. Okay. Now, it all comes down to these two things. It all comes down to these two things. All right, pay attention. The truth is that if you focus in on these two things and your topic addresses these two things, it's that much more likely for it to be a success. You cannot have a successful book without thinking about these two things. Number one is your goal, okay? That's your goal. You want to be clear on what it is that you want. So I asked you a little bit earlier, like how you wanted your book to be the worker bee for you. What did you want your book to bring back, right? That's the beginning part of thinking about what your goal is for your project, okay? Now, the second thing is your aspirin. It is, how are you going to solve the headache of others, okay? How are you going to solve the headache for others? Now, for both of these things, I could literally do like a 3-hour, 4-hour training on both of these alone. I don't have time to go into everything right now, right here, right? So I have a limited amount of time. So today I want to focus on just the aspirin part. I want to focus on the aspirin. And I know you might be confused, like, what the heck is she talking about? How many of you are a little bit confused? Like, I don't really get what she means, aspirin. I'm going to explain it right now. All right, you ready? Okay. So have you ever had the thoughts that, yeah, I could write a book, but I don't really know if if anybody would really want to learn from me? Like, what they really want to learn from me, like me, I'm not Oprah, I'm not Michelle Obama, I'm not Tony Rock. Like, would they really want to learn from me? And let me answer that with a resounding yes, if you are the aspirin to their headache. What do I mean by that? Every single person has some type of problem that they need to get solved, right? Okay. If you can get into their mind and if you can help them alleviate that problem, if you can be the aspirin to their headache, then you are going to be the one that's their angel. You're going to be the one that can help them, and they will definitely love you for that. Don't you love people that are able to help you? Like if somebody comes in and they're able to solve a portion of your problem, like, aren't you like, okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So you got to get into the mindset of how can I be an aspirin? Some of you all are approaching the book from a very selfish standpoint. You're approaching it only from like, this is what I want to talk about, blah, 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 blah. And while that may be useful, if you don't think about your reader and put yourself in the reader's shoes, then it's not going to land with people. Okay. It's not going to land with people. You got to think about what they need. It's all about them, not about you, all about them. right? All about them. So you want to be the aspirin so that you can be somebody else's angel. I believe that everybody here, your life that you've gone through, your experiences, your skills, your expertise that you have, I believe that that is not just here for you. I believe that God gave you that so that you could then be an angel and help someone else. How many of you all agree with that? Like you are supposed to be the angel for somebody else. Okay. So in order for that to happen, you got to think about how can you help alleviate the pain of those around you? How can you use what you know to be able to help those people out there? Okay. So when in relation to your book, you got to think about what problem does my book solve? Okay, what problem does my book solve? Okay, so answer the question like how to blank. That's the easiest way for you to think about it, right? Think about, okay, I want to teach somebody how to what? How to what? Like the name of this presentation was how to write your expert book, right? So, okay, I'm on my phone, how to create an Android app, right? Okay, here's my microphone, how to find the right microphone to record your podcast. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, how to think in that frame. Because when you think in that frame, it's going to automatically put you in the mindset of being able to solve someone's problem. Okay, being able to solve someone's problem. So in our academy, we go into a lot of detail about this and a lot of detail into like your actual reader and who you're actually solving the problem for. You got to know these things in order to really be able to build a quality production. Okay, so think about it. How are you going to be the aspirin to somebody else's headache? Okay, now, how many of you all have been worried sometimes that you're not an expert? So you're like, okay, you know, like I don't really know if I can do this because I'm not really an expert. You know, you said write an expert book. Nobody calls me an expert. I know a little something, but I don't really see myself as an expert. You know, some of you all see yourselves as the expert right now, and some of you may not yet see yourself as the expert. But let me ask you a question. Let's say you have a problem, okay? And somebody else knows a little bit more than you do about that issue. They can help you with just a little bit, right? They can help you solve that problem just a little bit. Would that be of use to you? Would that be of use to you? So you have an issue, somebody comes, they know something that can help you with this problem. Is that of use to you? Yes? Yes, right? So the truth is, you don't have to be like an expert. You only need to be a few steps ahead of the person that has the headache. So if I have a headache and you come at me and you understand my headache and you can help me move that much further, I'm like, thank you. I appreciate you. I don't care if you have 15 letters behind your name or not. If you can help me solve my headache, I'm with you. I'm golden, right? I appreciate you. Okay, so you have to understand that you don't have to be an expert. You just have to have the ability to help someone move down the journey in getting what they need. Okay, you're helping them solve their problems. So look at this chick. She's like, I'm not an expert, but I know that's wrong, right? So you don't have to be the expert. You just need to know more than the person that has the headache. Okay. So let me give you an example. Here is my client, Dr. Alexandria Osborne. So she retired. She was working for a not a pharmaceutical company, a medical supply company. Like they make stuff for the hospitals and stuff. So she was working for one of those companies and decided she was going to change her life. She moved to Tanzania and then ended up getting married. And then she moved to the rural bush. Like she moved to her husband's village that everybody had abandoned years and years before. So people found out about her story and they were asking her lots of questions like, how did you get electricity? How do you get water out there? You know, like, how do you get food? Because you don't have any real roads. Like, what do you do? So she wrote a book about her experience of moving to that area. Now, is she some major expert in construction and all of that? No, right? But is she an expert in her own life and her own experience? Yes. Does she know more than I know about moving into some rural area and how to orchestrate that whole process? Absolutely. So if I was thinking about going and moving into a rural area, or if I was just curious about somebody that did that, would I look to her as my expert? Of course, right? So you have to understand that your story, your life, your experience, you have something that can help somebody else live their life just a little bit easier. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Are you getting it? Are you getting that you don't have to be this huge, huge expert? You don't have to be this huge, huge name, right? You just need to have something that can help somebody else. Are you getting it? You understanding? I want to make sure because this is a major thing. It's really not super rocket science, but it can sometimes the best things are simple. Okay. So I'm giving you like one easy to follow framework for this type of expert book so you can plug in whatever it is that you're doing and be able to move forward. All right. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right, good. So I want you to take action right now. I told you we were going to be interactive, right? I got to get your blood pumping. So I want you to take action. I want you to comment on the problem that you think you can solve. Okay. What is the headache that someone has that you could be the aspirin for? Okay. How are you going to be that aspirin? How can you be somebody else's angel? So I want to see really what you guys think about this. So let me read Kamisha's here. Type them all in so I can hear from you. So Kamisha says, I want to write so that those who understand the way I understand find validation and support in their existence, even if the world is telling them that they are abnormal. So what's her headache? The person is feeling abnormal, right? We would definitely have to go deeper into pulling this out, right? But the person is feeling abnormal, right? They're feeling like society doesn't get them. Like everybody is like, you should do this and you should do this. And they're like, no, that doesn't feel good for me. You know, I'm one of those people. People definitely kind of think that I'm abnormal. You, chances are, if you're here, you're probably one of those people too. People kind of think like you're a little bit cuckoo, a little bit crazy, because people like us don't think like the regular society. Like we're always thinking about how we can improve, how we can help other people, how we can move forward. And that sometimes pits us against what is standard, right? Or what is the default way of everybody thinking. That's just a part of how you and I roll. That's just the way it is, right? So she's going to be able to help other people who have that type of feeling and may feel some kind of way about it to be able to understand that it's nothing wrong with you, right? There's nothing wrong with you. You are perfectly fine the way that you are. And that abnormalness is probably what's going to help you be the change agent that the world needs. Okay. So I love it. All right. So Judith, to help those who want to get a pet, figure out what pet fits their lifestyle. I have a friend that has a what do you call it? Service dog. And so pets are huge, you know. So youth without fathers, you want to be able to help youth without fathers. So Ali, I'm going to challenge you to go a little bit deeper, right? If you think about youth without fathers, that's a big that's like an umbrella. What specifically is their headache? Is it that they're feeling that they don't know which way to go? They're feeling lost. Do they not know how to be a man? I don't know if it's youth, boys and girls, or what is it like? What specifically is their headache? And this is for all of you. The more specific you can get on that particular headache, right? The better chance you have of really making an impact. If you try to water stuff down and start doing 15 different things, it's going to actually water down your message, and it doesn't help you reach more people. It actually makes you reach less people. So the more simple, the more specific you can be, the better. Okay. Patricia, learn that there is always more than one way to do something, regardless of how old you are. Yes. Lori, assisting persons returning from incarceration with life skills, employment, recovery. Super important. Mary, how to help young people start to understand their spiritual foundation. That is so huge. I mean, we got so many young people committing suicide, all kinds of stuff that we definitely need to help them have a basis of spirituality in. Okay, Samaya, negotiating society as a member of a marginalized group. Ali, guidance for future major decisions. Awesome. Dr. Strong, how a person, a woman, can create a life that is healthy and abundant after sexual trauma. Yes, that is definitely important. Okay, so I love it. You guys are definitely aspirins. All right, so we're ready. Are you guys ready for the last secret? This is the last secret. I'm going to share with you still the stuff about the 10,000. I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to talk to you about our Power Author Academy. But I want to go into right now, like how you can take, your book and then be able to map it all out in 3 hours. Because chances are you're busy. I can imagine like you're busy. You don't have a lot of time, right? So we got to be able to do this thing quickly with quality. All right, quickly with quality. Let me read a few more. I want to help Christians who are frustrated with their faith because they don't see their beliefs being manifested. I am the aspirin by helping them to see there is practicality beyond the pulpit. I will start to empower them with practical strategies to overcome their challenges in day-to-day life. I love it. Alicia, how to protect the environment during times of disasters. Awesome. Jennifer, a healthy work environment. I love it, you guys. I love it. Can you see how important the work is that you want to do? Like, why do you think God gave you your particular experiences? Your particular life that you have. I know some of it was probably hard. I know a lot of the challenges, you were like, what the heck? Like, is God punishing me or what? Like, what's going on? But you are here right now. You have weathered that storm, right? And now you are in the space where you can then share that with other people so that their life can be just a little bit easier. Their life can be just a little bit easier. All right, so let's jump in. And keep them coming. Keep them coming. Think about how you're going to be an aspirant and type it in. And even if you don't know 100%, you don't have to know 100%, right? This is your cocoon. We are your landing place. We are your soft space. We are your comfort zone. Just type in what you're thinking, okay? Type in what you're thinking. You don't have to be 100% perfect with us. All right. So let's talk about how you're going to write this book, how you're going to map this thing out in just 3 hours. All right. 3 hours is better than 3 months, right? Okay, so here's the thing. How many of you have felt like this when you're thinking about writing your book? It's like, you try, and it just keeps piling up and it never actually gets done. That's because you don't write a book where you just take your laptop, sit down, and start hammering it out. Like, that's the wrong way to try to write a book, okay? That is the wrong way. Don't do it. If you do that, you're going to end up with writer's block. You're going to end up with analysis paralysis. You're going to end up stuck. The book is never going to really get done. And you're going to be here next year, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. And it may not ever get it done because you just thought that the right way to write a book is just to sit down and like hammer it out. This is why most people say writing a book is so hard. You guys heard that? Like, oh my God, it's so hard to write a book. People say this all the time. It's because they're doing it wrong. They don't know what they're doing. They're doing it wrong. And this is why it's making it like so difficult for them. They need to follow a framework so that they can get it done and get it done quickly. So what do we do? What's our writing system? It's called chunk it. Chunk it, chunk it, chunk it, chunk it. So this is the right way to write, okay? You need to chunk it. Now, let me explain a little bit further. What I mean by that is that when we have a big project, right? We have this big project. We don't just go after that big project. We break it down into bite-sized, manageable chunks. This way, we can tackle this, get that done, go to the next thing, get that done, go to the next thing, right? You can see the end of the tunnel. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel when you're working on a small section at a time. This is how I want you to think of your book. I don't want you to think of the book as 60,000 words. I want you to think of the book in sections. And I'm going to share with you right in a few moments, like what those sections are going to look like exactly. All right. So if you want to become a bestseller, this is Kivani, one of our clients. We just launched her book. I'm so excited. Lawyers, Lies, and Labradors. So she came to us, and she said, I want to be a bestseller. I said, no problem, right? We can definitely help you do that. But we got to break this thing down into some manageable chunks. So did we just sit her down at the computer and just have her start typing out? And no, right? That's the wrong way. If she did that, she would still be sitting there. Her book would not be out there making bestseller, getting media attention as it is right now. She would be just sitting there. So that's the wrong way. So how do you break it down? So this is like how we break down a book. I want you to think of a book into like these 4 sections, an expert book into like these 4 sections, okay? Number 1, you have your introduction, right? Where you're introducing what it is that you're talking about. Number 2, you're going to have the meat. These are the chapters of your book. Number 3, you're going to have your conclusion. And then number 4, you're going to have your call to action. Bam, that's it. Introduction, meat, conclusion, call to action. This is the framework. This is how your book is going to break down, okay? Now, when we're talking about writing it, let's look at that. To write it, I want you to think of these things. Brainstorm, I call it brain dump. Brain dump, outline, write. Okay, repeat. Brain dump, outline, write. Now, so what this means is that if Kivani says, I want to write my book, I want to get it done, I got 60,000 words, I need to get it all done, right? We're going to first do what? Not sit down and just start writing. You see, write is number 3. You guys see that? Write is number 3. What's the first thing that we do? We brain dump. We brain dump, brain dump, brain dump, brain dump, brain dump, brain dump. I'm going to keep saying it because brain dump is one of the most important things you can learn. It is such a powerful tool. I use it for books. I use it for a lot of different things that I do, and it helps me to like really get my stuff done. People always look at me, how you do all that stuff, Z? I'm telling you, I have systems, and this is the system I use for the books. It works. So the first thing that you do is brain dump, and that's what I'm going to share with you all today, okay, how you do this effectively. So how we do this, I want you to imagine you have a notebook, right? You have your how-to. Remember, you had your how-to that you were going to write, right? And so let's say I'm writing a book on how to become a better communicator. So I have my blank sheet of paper. I write that at the top, how to become a better communicator. Now, the first step is that I'm just going to brain dump everything I can think of about becoming a better communicator. I'm just going to just get it out there. Just jot it down. Get it on the paper. I'm not thinking about where it is. I'm not thinking about if it truly fits. I'm not trying to like check it for grammar or any of that. I'm literally like opening my brain. So if I could like open my brain up and just dump it out, that's literally how I'm thinking about this. So when you're brain dumping, you're not second guessing yourself, okay? You're not going slow and just trying to think about every single word. This is not the time to think about every word, okay? This is the time just to like literally open up your brain, shake it up like that junk drawer in your kitchen and just dump it out, okay? So first step is that you're gonna just dump out everything you can think of about your topic, okay? About the topic. Now, the second step is that you're gonna look at all that stuff that you dumped out, and then you're going to see some stuff that starts to make sense. So you have your big topic, and then you're going to start to see some bigger main ideas like, yeah, definitely I got to talk about this. Yeah, and definitely I got to talk about that. And then you look on the page, well, I got to talk about that, but it's not a real big thing. You know, maybe it could fall up under some other, section or whatever. So you start to pull out the main ideas. This is the meat. This is going to become the meat of your book. And you're going to have maybe 7 to 12 main ideas, okay? 7 to 12 like main ideas. Now, what do we do from here? We have these different main ideas. What I'm going to do is get another blank sheet of paper, and then I'm going to write that main idea at the top. And then what am I going to do? Open my head up and literally shake it and dump out everything I can think of about that main idea. So let me say, for example, our topic is how to be a better communicator, okay? So let's say that I want to talk about the 5 love languages. I'm going to pull that out, and that's something I definitely want to talk about, right? So I'm going to open up my head, shake it up. Now, what's everything I can think of about the 5 love languages? Just get it out, right? Write all of those things out. 1, you got to know your love language. 2, you got to apply it. Then you got to know your partner's love language. Then you got to apply that. You know what I mean? So anything I can think of about that main idea, I'm going to get it down and get it onto the paper, right? And I do this on paper, you guys, pen and paper, not on my computer. Get away from your computer when you're doing this brain dump. If you get on that computer, it's like a portal that just sucks you in and you go down in quicksand and never come out. And then your book stays in your head. So get a piece of paper and literally do it with pen and paper, old school. All right. A clean sheet of paper for each main idea. So you're going to repeat this for every main idea. And so then when you have your main idea, you're going to start to see like, okay, I have some things that explain what it is I'm talking about with that main idea. Now, there may be one more level to this. You may start to see like, I need to go deeper into the explanations. So what are you going to do? Whenever you want to think about something, you use the brain dump. So you take that idea, put it onto a blank sheet of paper, and then literally just start getting everything you can think about that particular idea, get that down onto the paper. Okay? Is this making sense? Are you guys getting it? I know I'm going fast, but I'm hoping that you guys are understanding what I'm sharing with you. And if you got the book, this is all like laid out in the book. Of course, we go into it in depth in the Power Author Academy, but if you got the book, you also saw this as well. Okay, so what it starts to look like is that I got 7 to 12 main ideas, right? And then from there, I'm going to have my explaining points for each of those main ideas, okay? So I'm going to have my explaining points for each of those main ideas. So now she said, what's number 4? Number 4 is I'm going to pull out those explanation points. So from my brain dump, like from each of the main ideas, I got everything down on paper. I'm looking at that, and then I'm starting to see what makes sense to explain like that portion that I'm trying to talk about. Like, what do I need to talk about? So I'm going to pull that out. And then I may need to go even a little bit deeper to get some information on each of those explainer points. And if I do need to do that, I'm going to brain dump again. My point here, you guys, is that the brain dump is your best friend. It is your best friend. It allows you to organize your thoughts, and it allows you to start to use the subconscious, use the brain power that you have to your advantage, okay? It is so powerful. I know it sounds super simple, but it is really one of the most powerful tools that you can take away and implement. And it works not only for your book, it works for so many different things, all right? So your book starts to look kind of like this. Each main idea, you're outlining, right? Each main idea, then you have your explanation points, and then you have like some explanation for that area that you're covering in there. Okay. All right. And so you go through main idea 1, you go through main idea 2, and you're going to have 7 to 12, right? So you keep going. And this is how we chunk the book. Okay. This is how we chunk it. So we're applying chunk it, brain dump, outline, then write to each of these sections. Okay. All right. So let's look at this. So I told you that the book is made up of your intro, then the meat, then a conclusion, and then some type of call to action. Okay, this is for our expert books. So let's look at this. So let's say I have 7 main ideas. So those main ideas are going to become a chapter. Each main idea becomes its own chapter. So I have 7 main ideas. So I have 7 chapters. So I got the intro 1 plus 7 chapters, that's 8, plus the conclusion, that's 9, plus the call to action, that's 10 sections of my book. 10 sections that this book is going to have in it. Okay. Now I can begin to look at, okay, do I want to write 1 section a week? Do I want to do 1 section a day? Do I want to do 2 chapters per week? Like, what do I want to do as far as writing? And then I can begin to frame this project for myself. I can apply my life to what it is, and I know where I'm going. And so I've broken up this big, okay, I got to write 60,000 words. No, don't think of it like that. Think of it in chunks, okay? Think of it in chunks. And this, my friends, is going to save you so much time. So this is one of my new friends. I put her in here because she just told me this the other, like literally Monday or Tuesday. So I met her last week at a conference. I was in Tennessee at a conference. I met her at that conference, and she asked me about, books. I told her about this webinar. I don't know if she's here or not, but I told her about this webinar. And then she bought my book, and literally on the plane home, she started reading my book, and she outlined her entire book. Like, she outlined her entire book just from what she read in my book, Book Power, right? So this exact system I'm teaching you right now, Amanda applied that and wrote out her entire outline. This was something she had been thinking about for years, but she didn't have the right framework. With the framework, it gave her the freedom and the know-how to be able to do it quickly. Now, same thing with Zarinah and Book Power. This is one of our authors. I know we share two of the same names, but Zarinah and Book Power is a great grandmother from California, and she had a hard life, a really hard but beautiful life, right? And she wanted to be able to teach people about the subconscious mind. So she had this idea of writing a book and becoming a mindset coach, but wasn't quite sure how to go about it. So she came to me. We applied our Book Power self-publishing system, the same stuff I'm teaching you right now. And literally, we sat down. She was able to map out her entire book from being like confused and no clue how to do it to having her entire book mapped out in a few hours. And that book has now gone on to be a #1 release for her in multiple categories on multiple days. All right. So give it up for her. Like, we want to clap for her, because can you imagine being a great grandmother, not knowing anything about publishing, right? Not knowing anything really about how to organize it. You ain't wrote no papers since, grade school. You haven't written anything over 2 pages. But to be able to come in and say, okay, I want to write my book. I'm going to get it done. So I'm so proud of her. I am so proud. I'm so ecstatic that she did not just sit there and feel like I can't do it. She learned the framework, applied it, and she got it done, right? She got it done. So how many of you all, the light bulb is going off for you? Like, you're like, okay, I can start to see how this may work. I can kind of see what this may look like, for myself. How many of you feel like that? Let me see. How many of you feel like the light bulb is going off? Can you see any lights with your project and what you want to do? Ali says yes. So can you see can you see how you can apply this framework? It's not rocket science, you guys. It's not rocket science. Like, it's not even as hard as that physics class that I failed at Howard. I had to take physics twice. Physics was not my thing, right? It's not really as hard as that. It is easy when you know the framework. So there's a reason why some people are able to publish their books and some people just think about it. It's because they don't know what you're learning here today, right? You're learning something that is setting you apart from all of those packs, right? From the pack of people that just say they want to, right? Yes. Awesome. All right. So the light bulb has gone off for many of you, but some of you may feel like this. Like, you got the light, but you're not quite sure exactly how it's going to work for you. You may see it all, but it's like, okay, well, what about the other parts? Or like, how am I really going to get it done? Or, I still don't know how I'm going to manage my time. Some of you may feel like this. So how many people feel a little bit kind of, I won't say, how should I say? You feel a little bit overwhelmed, just a little bit. Are you like, that girl talked so fast, Zarinah? Like Yolanda was like, what was step 4? Like, she talked too fast. You know what I mean? How many of you feel like a little bit like there's still some things you may need to know? And so you got the light bulb, but you're not quite putting it all in the right area quite yet. All right. So if you're, Mary's like, yes, don't worry, Mary, you're not alone. I know nobody else said, okay, they said a little bit. So I know you're not alone, though. You're not alone. All right. So let me ask you, are you enjoying the webinar so far? If you remember my promise, I said I was going to teach you like what Michelle Obama, Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, Lisa Nichols, what those other big names know that you should know too, right? And that was about culture and the power of the written word, right? There's a reason why they invest in books when they can do anything, okay? I told you also that I was going to teach you about secret number 2, which was how to narrow down your options and be able to find the right topic for you, right? I mentioned that. So I'm going to teach you that as well. So you learned that, right? You learned a way that you can narrow down your topics and be able to find the right topic for you. And the one thing that we focused on today was how you're going to be the aspirin for someone's headache. So you're going to apply the aspirin method. Whenever you're thinking about what topic, you're going to think about the aspirin method. Okay. Now, secret number 3 was how to write your book in 3 hours. So I taught you a very simple framework that you can utilize. Brain dump, outline, write. Brain dump, outline, write. Brain dump, outline, write. 3 steps. That's it. That simple framework that you can use in order to break down your big book from that big, massive thing into bite-sized chunks. So this chunk it writing system is your friend. All right. It is your friend. All right. So this is what I promised for you today. So did I fulfill my promise? Let me see the people say, okay, I'm enjoying the webinar. Woohoo! That's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I like. All right. That's what I like to see. I like to see that my hard work is giving you what you need. All right. That's my job. So my job also is to help you press the easy button. I want to see you not just leave this webinar and be like pumped up. I want to see you actually get it done. So my job is to take all of the complexities around publishing and put it into an easy to follow system so that you can do it and do it well. Okay. So is it okay with you all if I tell you about our academy, which is our Power Author Academy? Can I tell you a little bit about that academy so that you can know, for those of you who want to go further, those of you who are serious and you know you want to get this thing done, I want to share with you how we do it over here. All right, how we do it over here. So let me know, do I have your permission to tell you about our Power Author Self-Publishing Academy? Oh, I'm so glad, Patricia. I'm so glad. Yay. I'm glad you got a lot out of this. I really am. I'm glad. Okay, thank you, guys. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome, awesome. So, all right, introducing the Power Author Self-Publishing Academy. Oh my God, I'm so excited because this thing right here, you guys, is exactly what I wish I had when I finished my master's. If I had something like this, this would have been a game changer for me. I would not have had to waste all those hours at YouTube and Google, trying to figure out this stuff on my own. I would have been able to just follow a system. So let me share with you all exactly what is the self-publishing, the Power Author Self-Publishing Academy, and what you're going to learn here with us. Okay. So the Power Author Self-Publishing Academy is like a group writing and accountability program, all right? And it's broken up into 3 sections. We have our trainings, we have support, and we have accountability. So let me walk you through exactly what that looks like, because this, my friends, is like the bomb. So the part 1, the foundation of the academy, is our training area. This is like the Netflix of book publishing. These are all of our training videos that cover every aspect from A to Z of exactly what you need to know in order to be able to publish your book. Remember that framework that I showed you guys earlier? That's exactly what the trainings break down. So we're going to talk about mindset, because mindset is absolutely important. You agree with me? Like, if your mindset is jacked up, you can't do nothing. Right? You got to have the right mindset. So we're going to help you build up your inner author armor. That's what I call it. We're going to help you build up your inner author armor so that you can then go out and do those things that you need to do with your book. So any doubts that you have, if you're feeling like, oh, I don't know what people are going to say, or how are people going to respond, or I'm afraid how they're going to, read, or what they're going to send me comments, like any doubts or any fears that you have, which are normal, by the way, we're going to help alleviate those and work through those through our mindset area. Okay. Then we're going to talk about laying the foundation. Everything has to have a foundation, and a strong, solid foundation. So we're going to talk about laying the foundation for your book. Exactly what do you need to do in order to do that? Okay. All of that is there. Then writing. Remember, we talked about this. We don't just jump in. We talk about having a system, a framework. So I'm going to share with you all deeply how to brainstorm appropriately, then how to outline, and how to write it all and keep fleshing it out, so that even if you don't like writing, it's going to be manageable and doable for you. How many of you don't like writing? Like, you really not with that typing thing. So I'm also going to tell you and show you how you can get this thing done, even if you don't want to type a single word. Okay. All right. So Now, from there, we're going to also talk to you about editing and publishing and launching. So how do you get it onto Amazon? How do you get it into Barnes and Noble, right? How do you get your ebook done? Some of you all may want a hardcover book. I don't know. If you want a hardcover book, we're going to share with you how do you get that done? How do you get it all synced up on Amazon so when somebody comes, they see your hardcover, they see your ebook, they see your paperback book, like they see all of these different things, and it's all nicely together and easy to find. How does that really happen? We're going to talk to you about all of that publishing stuff. And then we're also going to talk to you about launching. How do you get it to be a #1 bestseller? How do you get the media? How do you do all of that? All of this is the foundation of the book, of the program. Everything that you can think of that you may want to know, we have already worked it out, and we're recording all of these trainings for you in bite-sized chunks, because I don't do stuff that's like 15 hours. We do it in small, bite-sized chunks. All right? That sound good? Okay. So this is the inside of the system. This is the foundation, right? This is our Power Author Academy. This is like your Netflix of book publishing. All the trainings are right there that you can go to on any time. That alone, my friends, is like the bomb. So here's one of my clients, Akila Rashid. She utilized the trainings and she utilized the framework that I'm teaching you to put her book together, which was Muslim Marriage Makeover. And she utilized that book to become a paid speaker like I did, right? So now she's on the speaker circuit. She's getting invited to workshops and all of these types of things, all because she followed the system, she followed the framework, applied it, and she got her book done. All right, she got her book done. Same thing that you're going to have access to. She has done that, and now she's being a paid speaker. So what you're going to get when you join the Power Author Academy is this vault of trainings, right? This is our Netflix of book publishing. This is our Netflix of book publishing. Now, those of you who are saying, Z, I thought you were going to tell us about that $10,000, like how to leverage our book. I'm coming. It's coming, right? I always try to keep my promises. It's coming. All right. Now, what else are you going to get? Have any of you joined a program that had a whole bunch of trainings, but you just felt like, okay, this is great, but like I want to apply it to myself. I have my own things that I need to apply this to. Like, what about me? I have invested in some programs where I felt like that. And so when I was designing the Power Author Academy, I wanted to make sure that you were not left to your own devices. So here's what's going to happen. Dun, 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 dun. I am gifting you a full year of live coaching. A full year of live coaching. How many of you all think it's way better to have training and live coaching, right? Like how many of you want a place where you can come in and ask questions, where you can get feedback on your specific book? So let's say you're thinking about 15 different book titles and you kind of wonder which one is really going to make it pop. Wouldn't it be better to have a place where you can come in, people who are knowledgeable about this, and ask that question and get some live coaching than just kind of being at home by yourself and twiddling your thumbs, right? So it's much better to have live coaching. So I'm giving you not 2 weeks, not 6 weeks, not a week, not a month. I'm giving you a full year of live coaching. This is like a game changer, you guys. I'm giving you a full year of live coaching. Now, those of you who have been with me before, you know that I used to run this program like a 6-week program. I'm giving you a year of coaching. Why am I doing that? Because life hit me last year, and I know life hits people sometimes. And so sometimes you may have to step away. We're going to be pushing you and supporting you. So if you're stepping away just because you're being a weak or you're being a punk, like that's one thing. Like we're not going to allow that, right? But if you have some legitimate thing that's happening in your life, you may need to pause this project for a second. And so I want to make sure that you have a full year of support to be able to get your stuff out there into the world. You guys like that? Because this is hot. Like you're not going to see this anywhere else. Like this is super duper hot. So we want to help you whenever you're feeling like jumbled up. We want to help you just make that nice and smooth, right? So no more looking like this. Whenever you feel like that, you just come to my smiling face and we're going to help you move from A to B. Okay. So no more guessing, no more confusion, none of that. We're going to help you move forward. So let me recap. What do you get with the Power Author Academy? So in our Power Author Academy, you're going to get our Netflix of publishing. You're going to get all of our trainings, and you're going to get the full year of live support. The full year of live support. So I've invested in some year-long programs, like some year-long masterminds before, to the tune of like multiple 5 figures, 45,000. I invested in one program, and that program like really taught me so much about what I do and how I can organize the work that I'm doing, like how I organize the work. But I'm telling you, like the live coaching component was the most important thing for me. Like the trainings and stuff are absolutely great. But when I can actually get on and like talk to somebody, right? When I can get on and get some immediate feedback to what I need, like that's when I move that much faster. So I wanted to be able to gift that to you all as well. So you're going to get a full live year of coaching. All right. So what else are you going to get? So we got the live coaching, right? That's set. You got the trainings. That's set. What else do you need? How many of you all feel like you want to have some accountability? You want somebody to help you, like, you know, push you along, like not just feel like you're just trying to do it by yourself. So what we've also built in is group accountability. Now, this happens not only in our Facebook group, which is our private Facebook group, so you can go in and ask your questions 24/7, right? That's great, and that's dynamic, and that's powerful. But we also have built in a group accountability partner. So what that means is that all of the students who are coming in, you're going to be able to sync up with one of the other students, and you're going to be able to have a buddy, a partner. So, you know, when your family doesn't get what you're doing, when they're calling you abnormal, or when they're like, well, you don't want to go to the movies? No, I'm not going to the movies right now because I'm working on my book. Like, this is the project that I'm getting now. When they don't get you, you have somebody else that understands what you're doing because they're on the same path as you. They're on the same journey as you. You don't have to explain everything to them. And I can't tell you how good it feels to have somebody that you don't have to explain everything to, right? Like that is so important. I know you guys feel me too. If you're an entrepreneur or a community leader, or, you know, someone who is kind of off the beaten path, like it can be tiring trying to always explain to people why you're doing what you're doing. So we have built in where you're going to have an accountability partner with the program, right? With the program. So that is golden, right? So I want you to kind of feel like, okay, you know, like when you're talking to people, yeah, that explains a lot. You know how you can bounce something off of somebody and like, yeah, I get it. Sometimes you just got to have somebody else. All right. So our goal with this is to be able to help you save time and money with your program. So I have invested thousands of dollars into my trainings. I've invested hours upon hours upon hours reading all of these different things, learning about all of this publishing stuff. So the system that we're teaching you allows you to avoid going through all of that, you know, conflicting information, and be able to just follow what works, right? Time is money. And you get to be able to take what we've learned and apply it to yourself so that you don't have to go through all of that stuff like I had to, okay? No more trying to figure it all out on your own. So let me recap. This is what you get when you're joining our Power Author Academy. And any questions that you have, like if you're seeing how this can apply to yourself, I want you all to type that in, all right? So you're going to get our Netflix of Book Power, of book trainings. You're going to get a full year of live coaching, and you're also going to get our group accountability, right? Our group accountability, which is golden, absolutely golden. All right. Now, I was so excited about this. This is brand new. This is brand new. The people who went through the program before, they didn't get this. This is brand new. This is brand new for you guys. So I have added to our Power Author Academy, my friends. These are world-class leaders. These are mentors. These are movers and shakers. These are like bosses in their industry, okay? And you get to have access to not just me and my team, but you're also going to have access to some of the best minds in the world in a number of different industries. So let me tell you exactly what this like world-class power mentorship looks like, okay? So I brought in some of my friends. Here we have Dr. Avis Jones DeWeaver. Some of you all may be familiar with her. Some of you may not. She is on TV every other day. She's a political commentator, and she also helps people learn how to maximize and monetize their media, right? So she's coming in and she's going to be doing a special course just for you guys, like just for you all. And she's going to teach you how to take your book sales to the max with media. Okay, so what I'm saying is that you get to have access to some of the best minds. All of these people have their own programs, but they have come in and they put together special courses, a special lesson just for my power authors. So I'm so grateful to every one of them. Like, they are just total beasts, and you get to get exposed to that just from being a member of the Power Author Academy. All right, so here's another one. So I have Lorraine. Lorraine is going to come in because she's a specialist on storytelling. All right, so she's a specialist in storytelling. So all of you all know the power of stories, right? The power of stories to tell, the power of stories to sell. So Lorraine is going to be coming in and teaching you like how to mold your story so that when people ask you questions, you know how to answer. So that when people give you an opportunity, you know how to take advantage of that opportunity. So Lorraine is going to come in and teach a special lesson just for you about that. I have 12 of these. I'm just going to show 3 of them right here today because I can be here forever. But I'm going to show you all just 3 of your guest instructors, your power mentors right now. So Michelle PW, she's a master copywriter, first of all, but she's also into publishing, and she likes to do Amazon ads. So I'm bringing in people that supplement the things that you need to know, like as a power author. Right? You don't have to come to all of these lessons, you know, the extra lessons. If you're not into media, you don't care about media. I don't know why you would not, but let's just say you don't care about that. You don't have to come to this. This is optional, but I wanted to make sure that you had access to some of the best minds. Okay. So Michelle is going to be talking to you about how to utilize Amazon ads. Many of you are familiar with Facebook ads. She's going to show you how to utilize Amazon ads to get more eyes onto your book. Isn't this absolutely amazing? Like, I am so excited about this. I worked really, really hard on getting some dynamic people to be able to present to you all and teach you all and support you all. So I hope that you appreciate it. I hope that you see it, because you're going to get exposed to over 12 brilliant minds. Every single month, you're going to get a new person bringing something dynamic that you can add to your arsenal. You can add to your tool set, right? That you can use to build your movement. So super duper duper excited about that. All right. So let me recap, because that was our first bonus. So what do you get when you get into the Power Author Academy? You get our full Netflix for trainings. You get our full year of live coaching. You get the group accountability, and you get access to our power mentors, these world-class leaders that you're going to get access to. It's just amazing. Like, I wish I had this. I totally wish that I had this when I first started. I wouldn't have struggled. I would probably be like, 10 times where I am now, but I was dumb. I was trying to do everything on my own. I won't say I was dumb. I mean, I just didn't know about coaching and getting assistance back then. So I won't say I was dumb. I just didn't really know. Now I know. So I don't do anything on my own now. Like, when I want to learn something, I don't just hit up Google and try to figure out everything myself, because I'm wasting time. What I do now is I find somebody else who is steps ahead of me, and then I pay them, right? I invest in them to teach me what they know. This is what I do now. And it's helping me move like so much faster. Like, there are just so many opportunities that are coming my way just because I learned how to invest in myself. So I won't say I was dumb back then. I would just say I didn't know then what I know now. All right, so let me keep going, because you have even more in the Power Author Academy. I have really thought through everything that you could need. So I put together some powerful publishing tools for you. Okay, these are publishing tools that can help you along the journey, just to save time and save money, right? So again, you may use all of these, you may not. Whatever you need, you use. Whatever you don't need, you leave, right? So I have put together a calculator to help you really. I went back to my computer science mind, my tech mind. So I put together a calculator Because sometimes I would try to figure out, like back in the day, like how much I was going to make just from the book sales alone, not the other things, but I wanted to know how much I was going to make from the book sales. So I got tired of manually doing it. So I came up with a spreadsheet, a calculator to be able to put that in for me. So now all you have to do is just plug in your numbers and bing, it puts out exactly what you're going to make, how many books you need to sell to hit whatever goal that is, all of that stuff is there. So these are publishing tools that are going to help you go faster. These are all designed to help you save money and save time. Okay. All right. So now this is what you're getting. Are you guys seeing it? Do you get the picture from the Power Author Academy? So Akila Akila, I think Camellia also used it. So in the Power Author Academy, I also have like a template for your interior of your book. Right? So those of you who are DIYers and you like to do stuff on your own, I gave you everything so that you don't have to try to do it all from scratch. So I literally have the templates that you need for Microsoft Word to make sure that your book looks like a book. Because you just don't print out a Word document. You have to make it look like a book. So I'm giving you those templates in the Power Author Academy. You don't have to do anything from scratch. Is dope? Yes. All right. So what do you get when you become a member of the Power Author Academy? You get the A to Z trainings. This is our Netflix of book publishing. You get the full year of live coaching. That's with me and my team. You get the group accountability. And then you also get the Power Mentorship, right? For a full year, every single month, right? And then you also are going to get our time-saving publishing tools, okay? You also get those as well. So this is dope. I'm telling you, this is like a game changer. There's nothing like this out there. So what else do you get? Anybody know what this is on the screen? I know some of you got like, dang, Zarinah gives me a lot. It's true. I know I over-deliver. I always do over-deliver. But, as I mentioned, I want to make sure that you're successful. My job is to make sure that you're able to do this and do it in a nice, easy way. My job is to take the complex and be able to break it down into bite-sized chunks so that you can move through and get it done. So I'm giving you what I know that you need. I'm not adding fluff. I'm giving you what I know that you need because I needed it. My people needed it. People that are doing what we do, like this is what we use. So I'm giving it to you so that you don't have to try to figure it all out. It's all there for you. Now, here is something that I'm going to be launching really soon. So you're going to see it for myself for my book that's coming out. And this is what's called a free plus shipping funnel. Some of you all know funnels, some of you all don't. I'm not going to go all into that right now. But what I'll tell you is that this is a way that you can market your book after it's done. This is going to be a way to help you attract clients and build business with your book. So this free plus shipping funnel costs $3,000 to create. I have already invested and I'm giving it to you. So just by being a member, like you're getting a lot of perks and things that I've already done or had my people do. You're going to get it yourself. So I'm not going to explain it all right now. Just know it's dope. Those of you who know what it is, you know it's dope. Those of you who don't yet know what it is, you'll find out it's dope later. All right. So that's the free plus shipping model that's used by Russell Brunson. What's his name? Brendon Burchard. All these big folks, like they all use this free plus shipping model. And I'm going to teach you about it in the academy. And I'm going to give you a funnel yourself that you can just change up for yourself. That's dope. So, okay, what do you get with the Power Author Academy? And we're going to come to Q&A. So you guys get your questions ready. And I'm going to talk to you about the $10,000 in just a second as well. But I hope you guys are okay with me going through exactly what the Power Author Academy is. Because every time I always have people say like, Z, what did you say we get when we become a member? So I want to break it down and make it nice and easy for you to understand what you're getting in the program. I know that for some of you all, taking the leap and really jumping in and getting your book done may feel a little bit scary. So I want to alleviate that for you and just help you know exactly what the program involves. All right. So what are you going to get when you join the Power Author Academy? You get our Netflix of trainings, right? You get the full year of live coaching. You get the group accountability. You get the Power Mentorship. You get the time-saving publishing tools, and you get the free plus shipping funnel. Awesome, right? Awesome. Now, let me ask you a question. If all this did everything that you've learned, like you putting out your book, you investing your time, if all that did was help just one person live their life just a little bit easier, would it be worth it for you? Let me know. Type it in the chat box. I want to know for you. Like if everything like that you went through in your life, all your skills, your experiences, everything that you've gone through, if you took that and you put it into a book and it helped just one person, would it be worth it? Made one person's life just a little bit easier, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it if one person was able to just navigate just a little bit easier in this world? Okay, absolutely, yes. So now let me ask you, if all this system did, right, the things that you learn here in the Power Author Academy, if all it did for you was to, help you build your authority and step out from the pack and become like the go-to person in your industry, would it be worth it? Would that be worth it? Okay, would that be worth it? If all it did was show you how to write the right book, right? Like not go through all the topics that aren't really worth it for you, would it be worth it for that? Would it be worth it if you just learned how to write the right book? Because what we're talking about here is all of this in the academy, right? We're talking about like over $25,000 worth of value that you're getting here in this academy. These are things that you're going to be able to build off of upon year after year after year after year, right? So let me ask you, if all it did was to help you attract some new clients, let's say you got some new clients, right? Every year you're getting new clients from what you learned here in the Power Author Academy, right? Would that be worth it to you? Would that be worth it to you? So let me tell you, with this $25,000 worth of value, right? I had two choices. When I was putting this together and deciding what I was going to, how I was going to price it for myself, right? I had two choices. So one was that I could do videos only. I could just stop with that first thing. Remember everything I said, what you're going to get? I could just stop with that number one and just leave it at that, right? And say, this is our Netflix of publishing. This is what you're going to get, right? And just leave it at that. And it would be valuable, because you wouldn't have to try to figure out everything on your own. You could just come into our space and get what you need. Like that would be valuable in and of itself, right? But chances are you would look like this. Like, I'm still confused, Z. Like, I get it, but I don't know how to apply it all to me, right? I don't know how to apply it all to me. So I didn't do that. I chose the second option, right? I chose the second option, which is to invest in you a little bit more, right? I'm going to help you to be supported and loved throughout the process. So yes, this involves a higher investment on my part and a higher investment on your part as well. But you get the support that you need in order to finish the program. So would you rather be left on your own to your own devices, struggling, trying to figure it out at the midnight oil yourself, looking at me like, or would you rather feel loved and supported, right? Which would you rather have? Which would you rather have? So let me talk to you about what the investment is for the program. Now, this is over $25,000 worth of value. And I'm telling you, I have invested upwards of $45,000 in a single program, right, for myself. Some of you all are on here that know some of the programs that I have invested in, right? And I could very well charge more than $25,000 for this program because it's that dope. Like you get a full year of support and you get access to all the mentors and you get to finish your book, which is going to lead to so many other things, right? I mean, I could literally easily charge that, but I'm not charging that right now. Okay. So it's not 25,000. It's not 10,000. It's not even 5,000, right? It's not even 5,000. This program is going to be a higher level program later. I'm just letting you know right now. But right now you get to come in at the early bird rate of only $19.97. Like, you're welcome. This is like a game changer. Where else do you get a full year? A full year. Are you kidding me? Like a full year of support for like less than $2,000. Like that is absolutely crazy. Now, this is for a limited time only, without a doubt. I'm only doing this for a limited period of time. So this program will go up to at least $10,000 later on for this full year. I just can't, keep it at this. It would be dumb It's like a no-brainer. Like I just can't, keep it at this price. It's at $19.97 right now and right now only. Okay. So this is like a game changer. So this Power Author Academy, for those of you who are interested in joining the Power Author Academy, you have two choices right now for yourself, right? You have two choices for yourself. You can take what you've learned today and you can do nothing. You can be a dabbler, like, oh, I'm sticking my toe in the water. I'm not going to get all the way in the pool. I'm just going to stick my toe in the water. Right? You can be a dabbler. Dabblers are boring. Dabblers never really achieve greatness because they only stick their toe in the water. They aren't willing to do the things that are needed to be done in order to really make big waves. You can't make big waves by sticking your toe in the water, right? That doesn't happen. Or you can be a doer. You can take a leap of faith and come in and get the support that you need to get, right? So I'm going to ask Ali, drop into the chat box the link for you to go and join. Now, you want to be one of the first 15 people. I haven't told you about this yet, but if you're one of the first 15 people to join the Power Author Academy, you're going to get a special bonus just from me. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, but just know that if you are one of the first 15 people, if you're a doer, you're ready to go, you're going to get a special bonus just from me. All right. So you like to make waves. I like people that like to make waves. All right. So let's keep going. We're going to come to Q&A too, right? I know, Patricia, it's like a game changer. So it is an absolute great price. Anybody that knows, like, if you understand the value of what I'm doing with you, like how I'm removing so many things from your plate, like taking away the burden, and I'm making it so much easier for you. Like, this is a game changer. All right. So how many of you all know this guy on the screen? Chicken Soup for the Soul. If you've heard the story of Chicken Soup for the Soul, it's absolutely inspiring. He got rejected so many times when he was trying to do that book. And then finally, he was able to publish it, right? And so Jack Canfield said, don't worry about the failures. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. He said, don't worry about the failures. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try, right? So how many of you all are kind of leaving yourself and you're sabotaging yourself because you're afraid of failure? You're afraid of saying you're going to do it, but you don't end up doing it, right? You don't need to worry about failures. What you need to worry about is being on that deathbed and like wishing and hoping that you had done something and then you didn't do it, right? That's what you need to worry about, because that is where you're going to end up failing in your life. That's how you become a failure, is by being afraid of actually reaching out there and reaching your goals and getting things done. Okay. So we want you all to move forward in your life. We want you to move forward into the next steps and be able to get these things done. So I'm going to put the link where you all can join right now. Let me add it to the, so it's www.bookpowerpublishing.com/join-registration. Okay, there we go. Display. Okay. So, okay, good. And I think you should be able to see on your screen right now, you should see a button somewhere that's over on the side where you see enroll now, and you can click that button and it'll take you right there as well. And so the link is also there. So let me tell you what else you're going to get. And I know those of you who are like, I still want to know how I'm going to make my $10,000, Z, my first 10,000. I'm coming. And I'm going to answer all of your questions as well. All right. So those of you who want to pay in full, if you go to the page, you're going to see also where you can get started right now for just $4.97. Okay. You're going to see that as well. So those of you who are like, oh my God, $19.97, I don't know. I'm going to share with you how you can get started for just $4.97 on the page as well. So click enroll now. You'll be able to go and see that there. But I've also have a special pay in full bonus. So those of you who can pay in full, I'm going to tell you to really try to do that. Get some people to invest in you if it's a stretch. Those of you who got it like that and it's just easy for you to do that, this is a no-brainer. This is like a no-brainer, easy to go investment, right? So pay in full, and I'm going to give you a special VIP training. This is the trainings that I use to be able to get and clients worth $37,000 before my book, Book Power, was even published. I utilize the idea of my forthcoming book to be able to attract clients. And I'm going to do a special training on exactly how I did that so that you can apply it to your business and your movement as well. Does this sound great? This is like dope, 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 dope. This is secret stuff that people don't normally share, but I'm like removing the veil and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it for yourself. So this is a special VIP paid in full bonus. You pay one payment, $19.97. You're going to get this special bonus as well. So click enroll now. You can get in. If you're one of the first 15 people, you're going to get something even more special. And if you pay in full, you're going to get this as well. All right. So when you're in, I would love for those who are coming in. I know we always get emails and stuff like, I'm in, Z. I want you also to jump into the chat and let us know, like, I'm in, like, this is dope. I've been waiting for this. This is my Noah's Ark. You know, I'm not going to let the ark just float on by. I'm going to jump into the ark. I'm going to be one of those type of people. I always wonder, like, you know, I pray that if it was like my life back then, and I pray I would have been one of the people that jumped, you know, into the ark, not one of the skeptics, you know, the sabotagers, and then I just die. I would pray that I would be one of the people that jump into the ark. So I'm hoping that you're that type of person for yourself, right? That you're that type of doer. You're that type of go forward. All right, so you get to start it today for 80% off of what this price is going to be later. This is going to be upwards of $10,000 program because it's a full year program. You get to come in right now for $19.97. I wonder, did I put the right link in there? Let me see. I may have put the wrong link. I don't know if I did or not. Ali, if you're here, let me know if I put the wrong link. I think I did. Let me see. I'm going to remove that. Oh, I don't need to put the link because you guys got the button. All right. So there we go. $19.97. You get to come in, right? Okay. Now, here we go. Now, so for those of you, this is a special thing. So some of you are like, okay, Z, how can I get it for free right now? How can I do this for free? Now, we have something for those of you who are serious and you know that you're going to come in, you're going to roll up your sleeves, you're going to get it done. We're going to show you exactly how you can do that, okay? We're going to show you exactly how you can do that for free by this no payments, no interest for 6 months. So now this doesn't come through me. I'm not your financer. It goes through PayPal. And when you utilize PayPal for this, they're going to run your credit. They do run your credit, but you get to come in with no payments, no interest for 6 months, which is absolutely amazing. What that means is that you can actually publish your book, get some clients coming in, and then pay off the program before your payment is even due. So how do you get this? You got to email us, let us know, and we're going to do it on a case-by-case basis. You got to be somebody that, one, has good credit, and two, we believe that you're going to actually implement the program, and we'll allow you to apply for that as well. All right? So now let me ask you a question. Do you want to be used? Do you want to be used? Now, I know some of you are like, what? I don't like, what are you talking about? Like, who wants to be used? Nobody likes users. But let me say it this way. So Oprah, you guys know Oprah, right? Everybody knows Oprah. So she has a quote where she says, you know, as far back as I can recall, my prayer has been the same. Use me, God. Show me how to take who I am, who I want to be, and what I can do, and use it for a purpose greater than myself. So I'm asking you again, do you want to be used? Do you want God to take what you've gone through, your skills, your expertise, and be able to utilize that for a purpose that is greater than yourself? A purpose that is greater than yourself. So I already showed you, right, how books are going to be your worker bee. Remember that worker bee that's going to pull back all of those things, authority, pull back media, pull back all of these different things that you get to benefit from. But we're also talking about how your book can be the aspirin for someone else, right? How you can be able to help those who need to know what you know live their life just a little bit easier. A little bit easier. So here's one of my clients here. Her name is Nalitha Butterfield, the Honorable Nalitha Butterfield from Bermuda. She served in Bermuda's parliament for a number of years. She was the Minister of Education, the Minister of Technology as well. And so Nalitha, first of all, she's just so inspirational. You know, I learned a lot about politics. I learned a lot about how to maneuver just from reading her books, right? And she's been an amazing client. I think we've done 6 or 7 books of hers right now, and we're getting ready to do her next book. So Nalitha started putting her books together because she had this wealth of knowledge, this wealth of experience. And she started looking around like, oh my God, like who am I going to pass this on to? You know, like her kids weren't really all up into it like that. But she knew that if she left this earth without sharing that with other people, it would be a disservice. It would be a huge disservice to humanity. And so she utilized the same exact framework that I'm teaching you now. She utilized that, and we are able to put her books out there into the world. So this is a big deal, you guys. This is a big deal. You can't keep your stuff inside and just like keep, just sitting on it. It's bigger than just you. It really is. It's bigger than just you. I don't want to say it like me, but like, don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Like, who are you to keep the experiences that God gave you? And you can help somebody else, but you're just gonna punk out and like not. Oh, I'm afraid. I don't know if I have the time. I'm not a good writer. All this stuff that you tell yourself. Like you're just sabotaging yourself. You're punking out, and you're like being selfish. And I hate to say it that way, but sometimes you need a little bit of tough love. So get over it. Like figure out some support. This is your Noah's Ark. And let's get the thing done out there into the world. Other people are waiting on you. They are waiting on you to get it done. Okay. So this is what you get when you come into the Power Author Academy. Now, let me talk to you about money. How many of you all like money? Money is just a tool. I know people get a little bit afraid sometimes about money and the exchange of money. Money is just a tool, right? It's just paper. It's just an exchange. You pay money, you get something, right? Whether it be status, whether it be, practicality, whatever it is, right? It's all a tool. But publishing is a big industry. Publishing is a big industry, a $26 billion industry, matter of fact. Okay. So 2.7 billion books every year are sold. 2.7 billion books every year are sold, right? That's a lot of books. And these are 2017 stats, okay? 2017 stats. So I want to share with you how you're going to get a piece of that for yourself. If you guys are here, who stayed with me all the way to right now? Those of you who are here, you are my doers. You are my people. You are my planet shakers, right? You are my not sticking my toe in the water. You're like, I'm coming in, I'm making waves, right? I'm making waves. You are my people. I love it when my people are my people. So those of you who are here with me, how many of you all want to learn how to leverage your book? And this is the last thing. I know we're going on like what? 2 hours. Oh my God. Like I know we're going on 2 hours. Those of you, you're like, I'm tired, Z, I'm tired. You better not be tired. You better wake up. This is like our life. This is our humanity we're talking about. This is like how you're going to change your life and take your stuff to the next level and also help other people, right? So I'm going to share with you today how you're going to leverage your book and make your first $10,000 from your book. Woo! Let's go. All right, I'm here. Yeah, Ali, Alicia, Mary, Dr. Strong, Samantha, Judith. Oh, I love it. Alicia, Kamisha. Woo! All right, good. You are my people. I love you guys. Let's go. All right. Now, let me go back for a second. $10,000. Remember what we do here. We don't just say, I got to make $10,000. What do? We chunk it. You guys remember chunk it, right? So this is a framework we're going to apply to a lot of different things, right? Chunk it, chunk it, chunk it. So we're going to break that $10,000 down into bite-sized chunks. What's up, Yolanda? Okay, so how does $10,000 look? What does it look like? Now, we're talking about leveraging that book, right, into money now. So I'm not talking about book sales. I want you guys to understand that. I'm not talking about selling 200 books and you make $5 per book. I'm not talking about that, okay? I'm talking about bigger money. I'm talking about leveraging the book and turning it into higher ticket sales. That's what I'm talking about, all right? So what does $10,000 look like? That can be one client at $10,000. That can be two clients at $5,000. That can be 5 clients at $2,000. 10 clients or customers at $1,000, 100 customers at $100, 250 customers at $40, 500 customers at $20, or 1,000 customers at $10. Can you guys see that real quick? So these are multiple ways that we can make and chunk $10,000 up. right? Now, how do we do that from a book? Let me show you some examples. Let's say that you're into Japanese catering. I'm totally making up these examples, you guys, right? Literally, I pulled these particular books off of the shelf. These are not, these are not my books. I'm using these as examples for you, okay? Your job is to kind of put yourself in there and see where you fit. So let's say that you are into Japanese catering, okay? And you really love Japanese catering, but you want to be able to help other people learn how to be a Japanese caterer and start their own Japanese catering business for themselves. So that book that you wrote on the art of Japanese catering, what does that do? That tells other people this person is an expert in Japanese catering. They know some stuff about catering, right? When you see somebody write a book on the subject, you think, okay, like they know something about this subject, right? So what you do is you take that book and then you create a higher ticket offering that is teaching the exact same thing that your book taught, but at a deeper level. So what this person is going to do, they're choosing to do a group course. So they're going to have a course on how to start your own Japanese catering business, okay? And the course is $3,500. So how did they get the 10,000? They have 3 students and then they're at their first 10,000, right? 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 You get what I'm saying? 10,500 in this case, a little bit over 10,000. Okay. So what are they teaching in the course? They're teaching the same stuff they put in the book, but now they're just teaching it at a deeper level and they're supporting their clients at a deeper level. Okay. This is how you turn a $10 book into $10,000. Okay. Now, let me show you another example. Here's Expert Secrets. I talked to you about Russell Brunson earlier. I'm really kind of, because I just came back from his conference, so he's kind of on my mind. So here's his book, Expert Secrets. Now, what does Russell actually sell? Okay, what does Russell actually sell? He doesn't care about the book per se, right? Like I told you earlier, that was my confession. I'm not really all into literary like that. I mean, I use books because it's one of the most powerful tools we have as human beings. So Russell takes his book and he uses that to attract clients to sell software. He owns a software company that people pay $297 a month to use that software. There's a $97 program, but there's also a $297 a month program. So he's utilizing his book to get people into his system, his belief system, his philosophy, and then that's teaching them who he is. And he's like weeding out the people who don't get him. And then he gets only the people that love and like him to become his customers. And they're at $297 a month. So this is something that people are using year after year after year. Can you seeing it? Are you getting it? All right, let me show you one more example. Actually, 2 more examples. Here's one more example. All right, so this person is a graphic designer. They wrote a book on great graphic design, okay? So there's like practical tips to help people learn how to utilize or learn how to make their design pop, okay? So this person, they're going to do 2 things. They're going to have an agency, a graphic design agency, which is going to do done-for-you services, meaning they may design book covers or websites or flyers or whatever, right? They may put together marketing packages for entrepreneurs or whoever it is they're doing, right? That's their done-for-you side. And then they may also have a group program for other designers, how to become a better graphic designer, right? How to really build a strong graphic designing business. Right, they can have 2 done for you and then also their group program and course teaching what they know. Okay, so on the done for you side, we already talked about how that $10,000 may break down. So maybe they have 5 corporate clients who pay them $2,000 each to come up with their branding packages for their business. Okay, that's their first 10,000. Maybe on the group side, they decide they're going to do a membership program for other graphic designers, and they're going to be teaching like Adobe and all these other tools. They're going to stay up on everything and give everybody like the insider touch. And that group program, that membership program is on a monthly membership basis. Okay. So that's another way that this can do. Are you guys seeing it? Let me know if you're seeing, are you seeing the possibility of how this works? Like how you turn a $10 book into $10,000, right? The book builds your authority. It brings your people, it indoctrinates people into who you are, and it also helps you to attract the right people because you don't want to work with everybody. Some people are headache clients and you want to weed those folks out. All right, let's go. So those of you who are coming into the program, we're going to go into this like so deep, and we're going to really hone in onto exactly how you're going to leverage your book, because you have different goals, you have different skills. We got to be able to apply it to, you know, who you are and what you're doing. But I'm showing you these examples so you can see how it's done. You can see how other people do it, right? And that's the most important thing. You got to be able to see like the vision of how you can do it for yourself, because it's not like rocket science. It's not that physics class that I failed. This is something that everybody can do when you know how to do it, when you have the framework. All right. Now, this is how I went from a nobody to being able to have my own laptop business where I can travel and do the things that I like. I'm utilizing this exact stuff that I'm showing you right now. Okay. So here's another guy. So he is a bowler. He like loves bowling. It's a hobby of his. It's not like any business, really, just a hobby. But he wants to be able to leverage that book. And he wants to be able to make that first 10,000. So how is he going to do it? Okay, so it's called 300 How to Bowl the Perfect Game, workshops for the real bowler. So he's going to do some workshops. Now, let's look at that 10,000. So he wants to do a monthly workshop once a month. This is like his thing he does on the side, right? So he's like, I'm not going to put a whole bunch of time into this. I want to do one monthly workshop. That's it. Come in there, you know, put 2 hours for this workshop and I'm done. So this is what it looks like. He's going to do 10 monthly workshops. He takes 2 months off. So he just does 10. And he has 20 people at every workshop, and they pay $50 to come into this workshop and learn how to bowl 300, right? I hope it is 300 because I actually forgot. I pulled this example out of my head, but I think it's 300, right? Is that right, you guys? Like when you bowl a perfect game, it's 300. So I hope it is, or else I'm going to have to change this slide. But he does this workshop. He does it 10 months out the year, just one time, okay? And he gets 20 people every workshop. They pay $50 to get into the workshop. So over the year, that's an extra 10 grand. So what could you do with an extra 10 grand? You know, this is on top of whatever else he's doing. One workshop a month, 2 hours a month that he's doing and getting this workshop done, right? And getting this $10,000. What would you do? Some of you all want to start your own nonprofits. You want to do scholarship programs, right? Some of you all, you have kids in private school or college or whatever. Some of you guys, you need to pay off some debt. You know, some of you guys want to build some other part of your business, right? You need to invest this back into your business. Some of you guys need a new kitchen, you know, or something else, or like be able to help your parents out, pay your parents back or stuff for stuff that they did for you. You know, I don't know, but I know that $10,000 is definitely something that you can use for yourself, even if not for yourself, for somebody else. Like that can be your annual investment in the goodness of the world. Like you can use that to donate. Every time you get those GoFundMe things, you can be somebody else's angel just from doing this one workshop, you know, a month, 2 hours a month, and doing this over the span of the year, right? 10 workshops, you take 2 months off and you get to take that $10 book and be an angel for somebody else. Okay. So what I want you to know in general and overall, guys, is that people want to know what you know. There are people who will pay you for what you know. There are people who will pay you for your experiences. Okay. So don't be on the window looking out there like, I want to play, but I'm afraid. Don't be that girl, right? Don't be sitting on the sidelines like, oh, I really kind of want to play, but I'm scared. I might get knocked down. I might get hurt. You know, you don't want to be that dude. You want to go full out, right? So just pick something that you know. Focus on being an aspirin and get your book out there, right? Get your book out there. So let me recap what you're going to get in our Power Author Academy. Okay, you're going to get our vault of trainings, right? You're going to be the Netflix. You're going to get the Netflix of book publishing. You're going to get a full year of live support, the accountability program. You're going to get the partner, group accountability partner. You're going to get all access to the Power Mentors that I have curated specifically for you. You're also going to get our time-saving publishing tools, save you time and money, and you're going to get the free plus shipping funnel. If you don't know what it is right now, don't worry about it, but just know it's dope. And you're going to get a special paid in full bonus, the VIP training, for those of you who are going to be paying in full. All right? Does it sound good? All right. If you have any questions, type it in because I'm coming to questions in just a second. But I want you to understand that you got to get it out. It can't sit in your head anymore. It's time to get this thing out. Like Maya Angelou said, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. It's a burden to walk around carrying something that you know can help other people and you aren't getting it done. I don't know how long you've been thinking about writing your book. Some of you, for a few months, some of you for several years. But I know that it's not a good feeling when you keep it inside. And so I want to be able to help you get it done, right? Get it done. So this is one of my clients, Fahim Shuaib, and he came in, applied the same exact framework. And what he does is he teaches from his books on Facebook Live, like I think every day. He's teaching some different concepts from his books and his future books, and he's teaching. And he has a big following of folks that just follow him from teaching, right? And what he's doing with his books is cementing his legacy, because Facebook can go away at any time. You want something that can last long beyond the time that you're here. All right. So I know you guys are a little bit afraid. Some of you all may still be afraid. Some of you are like, I'm in. I can see it. But for those of you who are afraid, like you're thinking about you're not a good writer, you don't know how to market, we cover everything in the academy. What I want you to know is that we are your cocoon, okay? We are your cocoon. We are your landing place. We are your safe space to be able to get it done. You don't have to be super smart with us. You don't have to know everything with us. You get a chance just to like let your wrap off or your hair down and come in and get the support that you need. And that's important for you. Okay. So don't make the mistake of like psyching yourself out, because you're either going to thank yourself a year from now when you're going to be at our graduation, like holding your book up and having your readers, or you're going to kick yourself. Which one is it going to be? You got to decide for yourself, right? Which one is it going to be? So what I want to do right now, we're coming to a close. What I want to do right now is I want you all to take a deep breath and then exhale. Take a deep breath and then exhale. One more time, last time. Take a deep breath and then exhale. And we're going to say a prayer. We're going to say a group prayer. So I want you to repeat after me, okay? Now, I use the word God. If you don't use God, you can say universe, oh, howling wind, whatever it is that you want to say. But I want you to repeat after me. You guys ready? And do it out loud. Repeat after me out loud. I can't see you, but I'm going to trust you. All right. So, oh God, please bless me to do good with my message. Please use me in your service and make this of benefit to me, my family, and the community. Amen. Ashe. Amen. So we're going to ask God to bless you right now. I'm going to ask all the angels to support you in this journey. I'm going to ask all of the cocoon that we built up earlier, all the cities that we called out. I want you to actually feel that love is surrounding you right now, because you're not alone in this. I want to see you be a planet shaker. I want to see you making moves. I want to see you helping people. I want to see you being the go-to figure in your industry. I want to see you being wildly successful, right? I want to see all of those things. And I know that the power of the book is one of the best foundations that you can have for yourself. But I'm going to ask that God support you, right? I'm going to ask that God surrounds you as well. So let's go through and see if there are any questions that you all have. Any questions that you all have, type it into the chat box. Type it into the chat box. And those of you who are joining our Power Author Academy, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. Tomorrow, you're going to actually get your first assignment tomorrow. So we jump right in. The program is officially going to be starting with the live sessions, but we're going to start right now. There's no reason to wait, right? You're going to get your first quick assignment, and it's super duper easy. It's going to be really fast to do, but it's super powerful as well. This thing I'm going to be teaching you guys who are going to be coming into the academy, like what you're going to learn tomorrow in the first assignment is like literally a game changer. It's something I use for my business every single week. And it's taking me from like just like dabbling kind of stuff to like really making some major moves. So I'm going to teach you all that, and that's going to come at you tomorrow. So get in right now. If you need any questions or you're worried about something, ask away. Like, we're here for you. If you're confused about something, ask away. If you want to talk to us, email us at support@bookpowerpublishing.com, and we can get back with you and get you off of the fence and actually into the world of getting your book done. All right. So how you guys feeling? How are you feeling? The ones who are still here. I know we're like going strong. I didn't say this was going to be like super duper fast. I said I was going to feed you, and I said I was going to give you as much as I could in the short, limited time that I had today. So how are you guys feeling? How are you feeling right now? Good? Are you feeling great? Are you feeling good? Good. I want to see how you guys feeling. So those of you who are still here, she said several years. Yes. You've been thinking about it for several years. Now it's time, Alicia. Let's move. Right? No more thinking about it. Let's move. So click the button to enroll into the Power Author Academy right now. And if you're kind of nervous, just come on in. Right? If you're kind of nervous, just come on in. Test the waters. I'm telling you, it's just fine. Right? It's just fine. If you have questions, ask away. We're definitely here for you. Empower. Awesome. I love it. Great, Alicia. I love it. So click the link, enroll now, come on into the Power Author Academy, and let's get your book out there into the world. So you already know what you're going to get, right? When you join the Power Author Academy, you're going to get the full Netflix of trainings. You're going to get I see you, Judith. You're going to get a full year of live support. You're going to get our group accountability. You're going to get all of the different things that we have laid out. You're going to get our power mentorship. You're going to get our free plus shipping funnel. And you're going to get all those publishing tools, right? You're going to get all of those different things that we've laid out for you. Now, some of you guys have questions. So let's answer your questions. I'm going to stay just for a little bit longer, just to make sure that whatever you need to get done, like I'm going to help you get that done. But any questions answered, I'm going to help you get those questions answered. But I want to make sure that you are able to get your questions, answered. So, okay, now let me go. I'm going to go through some of the questions that we have been hearing over and over and over and over and over again. So these are like frequently asked questions. So they always say, okay, I'm an introvert, Z. How can I make this really work for me? If you are an introvert, know that within the academy, right? Within the academy, we teach you how to build up your inner author armor and how to actually utilize your personality to your advantage. Being an introvert is not actually a disadvantage. I don't know why people say it like that sometimes. Like, I'm an introvert, like it's a problem. Like there are extroverts, there are introverts. Like a lot of big people are actually introverts. Right? I'm actually a big introvert in many, many ways. So that's not a problem. We're going to share with you how to build up your inner author armor and then move forward. Okay? That makes sense? I hope that does make sense. All right. So let's see. The next question that we always get. If you have no clue what to write about. So a lot of people say, okay, some people have a lot of things. Some people don't know anything that they can write about. We're going to also help you in the beginning part. Remember I talked about laying the foundation? We're going to help you in that laying the foundation part, be able to pull out possible topics. Like if you don't know what you want to write about, but you need to be an expert, known in your field, like you're tired of playing it small. You're tired of all these other people getting on the media, getting on TV, getting TED Talks, all this stuff. And you're like, what about me? Like, I know my stuff is quality, but I'm not getting the eyes. If you're tired of that, but you aren't exactly sure what you want to write about, don't worry, because in the academy, we're going to do all of that in the laying the foundation part. I'm going to help you pull out different possibilities that you could talk about, and then we're going to weed through them and see which one is going to be the best one to help you reach your goals. All right, that makes sense? All right, that makes sense. And then keep typing your questions in because I'm going to answer all of them here. So what if I don't have anyone supporting me in my family? So people say this like, Z, I don't have any support. It's just me. I tell them, didn't I just tell you we built you a family? Like I built you a family, guys. I mean, your family, your blood, they may not get what you're trying to do. They may not get it. That's okay. You know, you have people that support you in different ways for different things. Don't worry about that. We built you a family right here. So we are your support. When it's time for you to launch, we're going to be launching you. We're going to be helping you. We're going to be sharing your stuff out there. You don't have to share to crickets. You got all of the other Academy members that are going to be sharing your stuff up too. This is alone is worth the price of entry. This alone is worth the price of entry. Having supporters that are going to be a part of your launch team is golden. Golden, golden. So don't worry about your blood. We're your new family. Okay. So, Yolanda, typically, what's the additional investment for publishing a book beyond the coaching, designs, printing? Okay. So that's an excellent question. So how much should you think about investing in here? Now, some of you all are DIYers. Okay. Some of you all are DIYers and you want to do everything on your own. That's why I give you all of those publishing tools that I talked about, because I know some of you have a limited budget and you want to do it, but you don't want to sacrifice quality. So I'm giving you all of those tools that allow you to get it done on a shoestring. Now, for those of you who have more to invest, right? You have more resources, but less time, or you have more to invest, then the things that you want to invest in, we call it our book dream team. Okay. So I teach you all about like who needs to be on your book dream team. Your book dream team is going to be comprised of an editor, because you may be a great writer, but you have other people that can polish that all up for you. I'm a good writer, but it's necessary for somebody else to come in and then kind of look over my stuff, especially when I'm doing a full-length book, right? I don't even psych myself up. So I have editors for that, right? So we have editors on our staff that you can either use our editors or you can go and get your own editor. And I'm going to share with you and show you exactly how you can find an editor, a designer for the interior and the cover. I'm going to show you exactly how you can get that done on whatever your budget level, is. Okay. We're going to share with you all of that. For the printing, what you need to budget for printing. Now, if you have a book, let me show you. So here's my book that's getting ready to come out in a couple of months, right? Book Power. So Book Power, this book is, 170 pages. So this is 170 pages. And it's a little bit bigger than a normal book. I think I did this at 7 by 10, I want to say. 7 by 10. I designed it at that rate. So that book there, I think cost me, it might be $3.25 or something per book to print. So it's like $3.25 for the printing, okay? And that varies based on the number of pages, and it varies based on, some other factors. So we go over all of this in the Academy. Like, we help you. Do you remember me talking about that budget spreadsheet that I put together? So we go over like creating your full budget for your project, right? And those of you who have like zero, you're like, look, Z, 1997 is my last. I'm going to be investing in this program, and I'm going to have to do everything else myself. That's okay. That is perfectly okay. We're going to help you go along. I put the DIY tools in there for you to be able to do that, okay? Those of you who are like, okay, I'm learning, and I know that this is my first book. I may want to do this again and again and again. I may want to put out a book every year or every 2 years or every 3 years or whatever it is. You're learning the framework here, and you're going to be able to repeat that. You also are going to be able to learn how to find quality support people for your design, for your editing, all of those things on whatever budget you have. Okay. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense to answer your question. Okay. Let me keep going through the questions, because I'm going to be here about 15 more minutes, and then we're good. So, okay. So what if you can't make the live sessions? Remember I said we have live coaching where I'm going to come on and be helping you live. Now, if you can't make the live, I'll kind of be like, you can't make the lives for the whole year, but okay. But let's just say for whatever reason, you can't make the lives for the whole year. Then you get to email us your questions, and I will answer your questions on that, on the live sessions, and you can watch the replay. So everything is recorded for you. so that you can go back, whether you like to learn at 2 in the morning or you're like, you're a midnight owl. We want to be able to make sure that everything that you need is there when your body is functioning. Some of you all like to work early in the morning. Some of you all, like, you can't do anything before 3 p.m., and some of you all, it's like 10 p.m. That's when you're golden. Okay. Wherever you like to work, we want to make sure that it's there for you. So everything is going to be recorded and you're going to be able to get access to all of that. All right. Yolanda, are compilation books good for opening speaking doors, or do you recommend other types of books for that purpose? Okay. Compilation book, like an anthology. In our Power Author Academy, today I talked to you about like one type of expert book, right? Now in the Power Author Academy, I share with you, like, there are different types of books that you can create, okay? Right, there are different types of books that you can create. So we're going to go in and see like which type of book is the best thing for you, right? You may want to do something else. That's perfectly okay. We just need to make sure that it's going to serve your goals, right? So a compilation book is one of the different types of books that we show you how to produce. But whenever you're doing any book, you want to make sure that your name is like out front, right? It's your baby, it's your thing. It's like, speaking from you. Okay, it's speaking from you. So a compilation book can be a great tool. We just need to make sure that we position it appropriately so that you're getting the return on it, right? You're getting the major return. Okay. All right. So there we go. So some people are like, I've never done anything like this before. And I'm like, yeah, a lot of people have never done anything. Every time you try something new, it's always going to be the first time that you do it. So we are team no excuses. So we don't utilize that as an excuse that we're new to this. We just realize that, okay, everybody's new. Everybody's on the same journey. Like I told you, this is your safe space, right? This is your safe space where you get to come in and get the support that you need. So don't worry. We're going to help you. All right. So those of you who are ready to join, go to bookpowerpublishing.com/join academy. You can also click the button. If you're one of the first 15 people in this program, I'm going to be gifting you all a special prize, a special thing that is like dynamic. I'm not even going to say what it is. I just want to kind of see who are those people that like go all in and make waves. I kind of want to see, like, who are you? So I'm going to give you something definitely very, very special. And it's for the first 15 only. Okay. So click the button, enroll now, and you can come on into the program. Now, another question that we get all the time: what if something happens and I need to pause? I said this earlier, right? Like sometimes life hits you. And if life is hitting you, then you have a full year, right, in this membership right now with just $19.97. You have a full year. You can always come in and renew your membership. We have people that have been with us for a long period of time, right? Now, you want to stay in and you want to keep going, we're going to be teaching you additional skills so that you can additionally move your movement forward. But let me say this. That's if life just hits you. But if you're just punking out and playing small, right, and you're just like, oh, I'm scared, that's a different thing. That's when our accountability comes in. That's when we're like pulling you on your coattail. Like, hey, like you said you want to do this. Like, let's get it done, right? I can be your bulldog, right? I can be your cheerleader, but I can also be your coach. And it's part of my job to make sure that you are moving forward, okay? So you may get some inboxes from us like, hey, I haven't seen you in the live calls. Where you at? You may get us saying like, hey, you said you wanted your book to be out on such and such date. That's what we posted up. Like, where are you with the outline? We're going to be following up with you because your success is my success, quite frankly. Like, I want you to come in this program and rock it out. I want to be able to like put you up and say, look at this. Like, look, she's never won. He's never, like, I want that for you. And selfishly, I want that for me. I'm going to be quite blank and put it out there like that. I want to see your success. And I want you to also be successful in my program. So we're going to be doing everything we can do to help you be a success. All right. That's our job. You invest in us, we invest in you. All right. So how do I deal with self-doubt? Some of you guys, how many of you are feeling like you do have some self-doubt? Right? You kind of have like, not quite sure. If you have any of those feelings, we address this over and over and over and over and over again throughout the program, throughout the year. Why? Because mindset isn't something you just get over and it's just gone. It's something that we have to continue to work through. I work through stuff all the time. All the time. I'm nervous doing this webinar. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get nervous doing different things. Does it mean that I can't do it or I'm not going to do it just because I'm a little bit nervous? Like, no, that's not an excuse. We're a team, no excuses. So you get over your nervousness and you get it done. Like, what if I was like a punk? And I keep using that word. It is one of my words. Don't take offense to it. But what if I punked myself out and I just never put my stuff out there? All the people that I helped with their books, they would not have been able to get their support, right? My message helps you. So if I was too shy and I was like self-doubting all the time and not able to get my stuff out, I'm doing a disservice to my people. So self-doubt comes and it's okay. We just have to work through it. Okay. We work through it and we're working through it together here. So some of us say, okay, I don't have a lot of time. What do I do with this? I don't really have a whole lot of time. So I don't either. I'm busy. That's why I have the chunk it system. This is why I teach you in the program how to do great things with short periods of time. We have to be able to maximize the little bit of time that we actually have. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you in the Power Author Academy. It doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes focus and it takes you deciding that this project, you're going to do it. Some of you all are going to be done with your books in 2 months. It always happens. Like some of you are going to be done with your books in a couple of months. Some of you all are going to be done like in 6 months. I would say that's about average. And then some of you guys are going to take the full year, right? No matter what it is that you do along your time, once you decide that you're getting this done, your subconscious is actually going to start working for you. So you're going to find like certain times where you're sitting down waiting for the kids to come out of school, your subconscious is going to be working on the book with you. It's going to help you go and get it done, right? You're going to find that things start to rearrange, but you got to decide that this is something that you want to get it done. You want to be next year with your book done and getting the media and getting the clients, or you want to be twiddling your thumbs like, oh, you get to decide, right? So make a decision. So come on into the Academy, press enroll now. You can become a member of the Power Author Academy. Tomorrow, we're going to be actually starting. I'm going to give you your first assignment tomorrow. I'm going to give you your first assignment. It's super easy assignment, but it is one of the most powerful things that you can do, point blank. All right. Now, some of you all say, okay, I'm not good with design. I'm going to show you in the thing. If you're DIY, and you're doing it yourself, I'm going to show you how you can utilize some of the tools that are already out there so that you can make some nice looking designs, but not have to invest in getting a professional designer. Okay. And for the others of you, like I have our team of designers, we have some dynamic team designers on our team, and they are there also so that you can utilize our team, or we'll show you how to get other folks to fit your budget wherever you are. So we're covering all bases here, all right? We're covering all bases. So make sure that you go in and click enroll now. For those of you who are the first 15 people, you are going to get a special gift. And those of you who are going to be paying in full, you're going to have that special one-on-one private session with me where I'm going to show you how I was able to leverage my book before the book even actually came out to attract $37,000 worth of clients coming to me, okay? So I'm going to be sharing that with you in a special private VIP session, all right? Sound good? Sound good? Sound good? Okay. Click enroll now and you can come on in to the Academy and we're going to start like tomorrow. So I think I have a few more questions. If you guys have any questions, type them into the box. These are all the questions that I hear over and over. This is like when I finish a webinar and I get questions in my inbox, that's what I'm pulling out to you guys now. So you guys can benefit from the things that other people have already asked. Okay. So now some of you all say, okay, what if I don't know how to use my book? Like I don't really know how I want to leverage it. This is why I have built in all of these power mentors that are going to be coming in, because they're going to give you ideas, and we're also going to help you understand what the possibilities are for you. You got to find something that fits your personality. You're special, you're unique, right? The way you want to show up in the world is the way you want to show up in the world. You get to design what that looks like for yourself. You don't have to do it the same way I'm doing it. You don't like webinars, you don't have to use them, right? You get to design exactly how you want to do it. So we're going to help you with that. All you got to do is decide that you want to do something and then share that up and we'll help you work it out. You're not alone anymore. Okay. So you don't have to know everything by yourself right out the gate. All right. So that might be the last question. I think that is. Okay. Yep. So that's the last question. So, come on into the Power Author Academy, guys. I really am so excited. I'm so thankful to all of you guys who are still here with me. You are my doers. You are my wave makers. You are my planet shakers. And I am so excited to be working with you all. Really, my team is so excited to be working with you all this year and getting your books done. We have put together an amazing, amazing, amazing program for you. It literally is what I wish I had when I first came out and started doing this stuff. I would have saved myself so much so much time, but I just didn't know then what I know now. So I built what I wish I had. And I hope that you see that we've really put a lot of time and effort into this. And I hope that you see that like my goal for you is to get it done and get it done with quality. You know, my vision is that we have what I talked about earlier, that 5,000 people who are out there with their planet shaking books, right? Making waves, making moves, affecting culture in positive ways. We are the ones who are building up a positive evolution in society. So if society is constantly moving, everything is constantly changing, we want to see it going in positive directions. And you and I are the type of people that are willing to roll up our sleeves. We are willing to be abnormal. We are willing to step apart from the pack and move in those directions, even if it is not the popular thing to do. And so I understand how it can be a little bit like nerve-wracking. I understand how $2,000 for some of you all is like, oh my God. You know, I put this at this like no-brainer price because this is the building of our new movement. And I wanted to make it easy for people to be able to join. Like, it's not going to be at this price forever. I mean, point blank, it's not. It's going to go up. But right now, I decided to make it nice and easy for you all to join. So I hope that you take advantage of what we are doing for you. I hope you take advantage of what we're doing for you, because the power of books can literally change your life like overnight. I went from being a nobody, like a grad student that nobody really cared about, to getting flown to Dubai, right? To do talks, like people paying me, you know, thousands of dollars. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, I mean, literally people paying me to be able to do what it is that I like. I get to bring my passions forth, and I'm not special. Like, even with my head wrapping stuff that I do, I'm not the best head wrapper in the game, but I have a calendar that is published. And so that sets me apart from the pack. I get called to do library workshops. I get called to go to Bermuda, you know, and do some talks about these things that I'm passionate about. Not because I'm necessarily the best in the game, but because I have utilized the cultural tools that are at my disposal so that I can bring the authority to myself. I can raise myself in the eyes of those who have the ability to bring me in and do these types of things for me, right? That's why I do what I do. It's not just because, it's because there are some benefits that I'm getting to it. So I want those same things for you. I want you to reach your dreams. I want you to reach your goals. I want you to help be the angel for somebody else. So click enroll now. Join the Power Author Academy at this low 80% off rate. Only $19.97, or you can also check out our payment plan, which is $4.97. You can get started today for $4.97, just $4.97, which is really like $4.97. What does that mean to you? That may be like, less than one client that you have to get per month, right? That's going to help you bring this and build this asset. Like Robert Kiyosaki told us in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, don't be buying junk, like buy assets. Your book is an asset that's going to be your worker bee, and it's going to bring everything to you. All right. So click the link, join now. Go to bookpowerpublishing.com/join academy. And I want to see you in the program. I'm so excited to have you. Thank you all so, so much for being here with me. I appreciate you. I love you all. And I really can't wait to see you all in the academy. All right. So click the link, go to Book Power Publishing. .com/join academy, and I'll see you in the program. All right, peace everybody. Click the link. I'll see you guys. Have a great day.